San Diego, it's time to fire it up. From the beaches to the ballparks, from the Gaslamp to North County, no one knows America's finest city like he does.
You can't just punt on a Manny Machado prime year.
He's a fourth-generation San Diegan, born and raised in the heart of this community. Passionate, opinionated, and always bringing you the real talk on your teams, your city, and everything in between.
Braden totally knows his stuff. He's ready for the next step. That guy is good.
Live and local, it's the Braden Surprenant Show.
But I think Braden's one of the up-and-coming young stars in the media game in San Diego.
Now, here's your host, Braden Surprenant.
What's up, San Diego? And a happy Friday to everybody out there in America's finest city. It's a football Friday. It's a foul-out Friday. We got a lot to talk about Friday on today's show. I'm Braden Surprenant. He's Frank Marchese. We are the Braden Surprenant Show each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So much in the sports world going on right now. We have the college football playoff last night. That was a heck of a game that we're going to get into here in this open. We have the college football playoff games again tonight with Indiana taking on Oregon at 4:30. Still got to find a place. Still got to find a place to watch it. Still got to find a place to watch it. We've been discussing. We've had conversations. We thought about crashing Derek and LeMace's party at McGregor's. There's traffic issues about getting off work, trying to get to places on time. There's a lot of that we got to figure out. So I would love for anybody that is driving around, listening to the show, it has a place they're going to, has some suggestions of some good sports bars for us to go check out this weekend. We're all on board. We're all on board. We're going to get to that in a second. NFL this weekend. We got 2 games on Saturday. We got 3 games on Sunday. We got another game on Monday. NFL playoffs, wild card weekend. That's a fun time to discuss. We have the Padres with some news in terms of some scheduling. Padres have been picked for 4 Sunday night games. Now, Sunday Night Baseball is not on ESPN this year. It's on NBC and Peacock. Ben Higgins just moments ago announced the dates and the times and the opponents of some of the games that have been picked up by NBC/Peacock. I think a couple of the games are going to be on national NBC. Some of them are going to be on Peacock. We'll discuss that later on in the show. Yesterday, we got some baseball news. The commissioner of Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred, was on WFAN, our sister station, out in New York. World famous WFAN. Rob Manfred had a lot to say on WFAN. He had multiple clips that were trend-worthy, that were social media click-heavy, that were let's piss off the Players Association heavy. I mean, a lot. I mean, we're talking about split seasons. We're talking about in-season tournaments. We're talking about potentially realigning Major League Baseball. We're talking about also adding 2 extra teams to Major League Baseball. I mean, there's a lot going on, and a lot of Rob Manfred basically trying to make Major League Baseball the NFL, which they're like 15 to 20 years behind the National Football League. They're trying to get the salary cap. They're trying to get parity in the league. They're trying to add 2 teams. They're going to redo the leagues based on geography. They want to do these, NBA gimmicky in-season tournaments or a split season. I mean, they're really trying to do a lot with Major League Baseball. Here's the other thing they're trying to do. They're also trying to put it. Now, here's the deal. Again, on all these conversations with Major League Baseball, all of them, I am in the side of the fan and what makes the product the most entertaining. I don't care about the millionaire players and what they want. I don't care about the billionaire owners and what they want. They can cuss and discuss amongst themselves about how much money they're all going to make because they're all making a fortune. I'm here for the betterment of the fans and what makes baseball better in the long run. If it makes the players and owners more money, great. But I'm here for the betterment of baseball and as a fan watching competitive baseball. The other idea that was thrown out there. Now, Tony Clark has now responded to all of these things. He is the president of he's in charge of the Players Association, right? San Diego guy. he has already just like ignited a fire of rage in comments after what he saw or what he heard Rob Manfred say on WFAN about what they want to do with Major League Baseball. This sets up for what is going to be a heck of a labor negotiations. Heck of a labor negotiation period after the end of the 2026 season. But here's the last one. The last one was a certain time frame to sign free agents, like a deadline for free agent signing, which is very anti-player. But I'm going to tell you right now, that definitely makes the offseason even more entertaining because you're going to get a whirlwind of signings before the deadline if that ever goes through, which I don't think it will. Look, I think I think the Major League Baseball in itself with the owners and Rob Manfred and whoever the powers that be are that are coming up with a lot of these ideas are coming up with a lot of ideas that are going to make their sport very entertaining and very competitive with a lot of other leagues and professional sports. I also think it's going to be very difficult to pass a new collective bargaining agreement with the players because it is just a list of things that the players do not want. I would love to know what the owners and Rob Manfred has up his sleeve to try to sweeten the deal to get the players on board with some of these things. I mean, they're shooting for the moon right now. And we'll hear from Rob Manfred as the day goes on, playing some clips from his interview on WFAN about a lot of crazy things in Major League Baseball. But I want to start with the game last night. Now, I was calling my own game, but I had my eyes on the television at certain points over in the suite area for USD. A lot of the USD admin were watching the game. I mean, there's a lot of people had their eyes glued to the TV, especially after the Toreros had a 20-point lead on Pepperdine. That game wasn't even really a contest last night. Good win for Steve Lavin and company. Improved to 2 wins on the season. But had to keep your eye on that game. I went back, watched the highlights. What a game, what a game, what a game of the Fiesta Bowl. Is there a bowl game, aside from the Holiday Bowl, of course, which is near and dear to our heart, is there a bowl game that is more exciting than what the Fiesta Bowl turns out year in and year out? I mean, the Fiesta Bowl has one of the most exciting games almost every single year, even before it was part of the college football playoff. I mean, you think back to that Oklahoma Boise State finish at the Fiesta Bowl. Guy hits the hook and ladder to score the game-tying touchdown, whatever it was late. It was like with less than 30 seconds left. I thought Ole Miss was going to try to do that. Some Fiesta Bowl nostalgia. You can say what you want about pass interference in the final play. I just think with having to see the highlight over and over and over and over and over and over and over again over the last 2.5 weeks, the last time Miami has been in the Fiesta Bowl where they got called for a phantom pass interference and then Ohio State beats Miami in the national championship back when the Fiesta Bowl was played over at the campus of Arizona State. I don't know if that made an impact or not, but could you imagine if Miami got called for pass interference twice in the final play of a game in the end zone? That would have sweetened the pot a little bit. I don't think it was pass. I don't think it was enough for them to call it. It looked like pass interference. I bet you, here's the thing. Here's what makes this awful, because it shouldn't be like this. Any point in the game, any point of that play on the field, at any position on the field, any part of that play played at any time of the game, it's probably called pass interference. That's what you need to know about that play. You know it's called pass interference. The Miami guy had his paws grabbing and pulling down on the shoulder pad. They're probably going to call pass interference on that play. But that's not, I mean, even if they do call pass interference on that play, Ole Miss still has to run another play. It's not like the NFL. They don't get the ball at the 1-yard line. They still had to try to make it happen. It was going to be a one-play thing. It's going to be half the distance to the goal or 15-yard penalty, probably half the distance to the goal. Still a tough shot. Still would have been a heck of a ridiculous play. But that was a overall incredible game. And what that game says, it confirms what I said yesterday as I wear an SEC shirt with Smokey the Dog from Tennessee on it. The reign of terror of the SEC is over. The Wicked Witch is dead. There is no more sheer dominance of the SEC. There's no more it just means more. There's no more we're so much better than everybody else. It is now an even playing field. It is an even playing field. And the Big Ten, right now, is cashing in the most because their top teams are spending a lot of money. The Big 12 is on its way up. The Big 12 had a really successful bowl season. They had a really successful record against the ACC, who now has a team in the national championship. So you got the ACC with a member of their conference who had Duke win the conference. Miami is in the national championship representing the ACC, who went 2-7 against the Big 12, who is, again, closing the gap. The Big 10, who's spending a ton of money and has two teams in the semifinal, who will have yet another team in the national championship game since the 12-team playoff started, and will have a Big Ten team in the national championship for the third year in a row. You have all these other conferences that are highly competing with the SEC. What did the SEC do? Does anybody want to know what the SEC's record was against Power 4 opponents that were not the SEC in the bowl games and in the playoff? Anybody want to know? 1-8. You could bitch, moan, and complain if you're an SEC fan. Like, oh, opt-outs, and our kids don't care. Well, you know what? Maybe they should start caring about those games because the other conferences care. And they're beating your ass. The reign of terror of the SEC is over. I don't care what ESPN's contract is with the SEC and what they spew and what they try to put out there to protect their brand. Everybody with eyeballs now knows that the SEC is not what it used to be. It had a great run, but it's not what it used to be. They can't compete. I mentioned it yesterday with the Fortune 500 company CEOs that have a ton of money. The local car dealerships in Tuscaloosa and Starkville and Oxford and Athens, Georgia, and Gainesville, they can't compete with a Fortune 500 company that wants to just write checks that you have in the Big Ten. They can't compete with Mark Cuban in Indiana. They can't compete with Oregon having Nike money, with Phil Knight. They can't compete with Texas oil billionaire money that Texas Tech has. Now, they get the benefit of having two Texas schools in the SEC. Those schools could probably compete. But aside from that, all those SEC schools, they can't puff their chest out anymore by not playing anybody in the non-conference and say, well, you don't have to play the gauntlet that we play. Well, apparently, if the schools in the Big 10 and the Big 12 and the ACC played that little magic gauntlet, maybe they'd have more teams in the college football playoff. Greg Sankey flat out said, oh, but we should have 7 teams in this thing. Why? So they all get their ass kicked? You want to talk about what a joke it was to have James Madison and Tulane in the college football playoff? Maybe you shouldn't have the 6th best team in the SEC in the college football playoff. We're getting closer and closer to them finally realizing that a 24-team automatic qualifier playoff is destined to be the format that this system needs. They're already talking about expanding it to 16. Why? Because the SEC didn't win. And they're trying to recoup as much money as possible. You want to talk about money? Miami's been up to make $20 million by making it to the national championship game. And in their conference rules, they don't have to split it with everybody else in the conference like every other conference does. Plus, they get a $3 million travel bonus for their trip to Miami. Their trip to their home stadium that they get to play in the national championship. That's $23 million in their pocket. Why do you think the SEC keeps pushing the narrative they're better than everybody else? They deserve all these spots. It's not because they're trying to find the true champion. It's because you get $4 million every game you get to for the conference. And the more you have in there, the more money you make for your conference. Come on, guys. It's a game. It's all a game. And people are finally waking up to the realization that the SEC is not what it used to be. It's just not. What the SEC had a big dominance in for so many years was that they were getting all the linemen. Now, they could get the linemen however they were getting the linemen. It could be money where nobody else was paying money. Maybe they were paying more than everybody else. But now that the playing field has been relatively leveled at the Power 4 level, we could talk about the trials and tribulations of a group of 5 team trying to even compete in this division. But they were getting all the linemen. They were dominating the trenches. That's why it was so hard to beat the SEC. You had other types of products out there, and the only conferences that were able to hang with the SEC were the Big Ten because they had big linemen. Well, now everybody's got big linemen. Miami, back to having huge linemen. And they dominated the trenches last night, both on the offensive line and the defensive line. I mean, they bullied an SEC school in the trenches. That is something that used to never happen. And so now you got Miami in the national championship game, and they await either Indiana or Oregon. Two highly funded, powerful programs now. You could say what you want about Indiana being an underdog, but the amount of money they pumped into that team, they can only be an underdog for their logo, and that's about it. And really, it's only an underdog for the logo because we have stupid preseason polls that need to be changed and never implemented ever again in college football. Enough with the preseason polls. Frank brought it up to me yesterday about our guy Brett McMurphy tweeting out, "We suck," and then a graphic of everybody's national championship pick at the beginning of the year. Almost like, I don't know, maybe we should let these schools play. How do you have any evaluation of how these schools are going to be when the roster's brand new every year? College football is the gift that keeps on giving. I hope college basketball just gets this crazy. But I do think it's funny that in 2 years of a 12-team playoff, the college football has gotten a double-digit seed to the national championship game before March Madness. And March Madness has had such a massive time jump on the college football playoff. So now the aftermath, we'll preview the Indiana-Oregon game. I think those two teams are the two best teams in the country right now playing, but I think Miami's going to be able to give them a hell of a run. Carson Beck, as much as I'm not a big believer in Carson Beck, that guy was dropping dimes last night for Miami. That guy played his ass off for the Hurricane. But what's going to happen now is here's the narrative to expand the playoff even more. And as soon as they figure out that the 2014 playoff that the FCS has is the perfect format and that get human beings out of the decision-making of who makes the playoff, you're going to have finally a very competitive, very lucrative, very exciting league that you can watch. That's what they need. They're slowly getting to it. But until they start incorporating every conference in there, and until they start incorporating automatic qualifiers, so you don't have this bias of SEC schools in there, you will finally have a true playoff, not an invitational. You watch the final couple games of Notre Dame, you watch the final couple games of Miami, you watch the final couple games of even BYU, and you go, these teams all have a chance. They look like a national championship caliber team. And you watched Alabama play at the end of the season, and you're like, this team does not have what it takes. Yet Alabama made it, Notre Dame did not. Miami barely made it. And BYU was sitting at home. Unbelievable. I'm on for the 2014 playoff. Once college football pulls their head out of you-know-what, and they figure that out, the better it will be for college athletics. We're just getting started on the Braden Surprenant Show. Give us a call if you want to weigh in, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. I know some of you traditionalists want to try to argue against the 2014 playoff. I will poke a hole in every single one of your arguments within 30 seconds. Don't test me. I'm on it. We will talk about Indiana and Oregon. We will talk about some Padres news. We got a lot of Rob Manfred sound to play for you as we talk baseball. So much to get to on the Braden Surprenant Show. Off and rolling on a Friday. Standing Somewhat Sports Station 97 through the Fan. We gonna keep calling out Sam until he calls in. Guy's gonna fold like a lawn chair. Can't handle the smoke. We're broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. All guests on 97 through the Fan join us on the David Beach Bureau Fan Hotline. David Beach Bureau criminal defense attorneys help good people regain control of their future. When charged with the crime since 2010, visit davidbeachbureaulaw.com. Here's what I have to say about the playoff. I've already made myself clear. 2014 playoff is what you need. Have I not made that clear?
Yes.
It's exactly what you need if you want to do the best of trying to determine a champion. And the why I include 24 teams because every conference needs an automatic qualifier to the tournament, just like they do in the FCS. Otherwise, Frank, what's the bleeping point of them even playing Division I football? What's the point?
So the Power 5 teams can poach their players.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's no reason for them to have football, or they could just drop down the FCS. But they don't want to drop down to the FCS because they'll lose a ton of money because people won't give a bleep. That's like everybody. I find it rich from Power 4 fans that go like, "Oh, just let the group of 5 go play their own tournament. They can all make $4 million a year. It'd be great." Yeah. Do you know how this works? You know why they're making $4 million a game? Sorry, $4 million a game. You know why they're making $4 million a game? Because of TV and ratings. You know who's not watching that? Everybody. Nobody's watching the group of 5 tournament because people aren't going to care. Just like they barely watch the FCS. Look, us diehards, we watch it. But there's not enough casual fans that are going to watch it to make it worth anybody's while, like from a lucrative standpoint. Makes no sense. So I will say this to anybody that says they don't want automatic qualifiers for every conference. If you're an Aztecs fan, you understand you are jumping off of a cliff for your athletics department because football drives everything. And if you're not at the highest level, you're not going to be making money, which means schools are eventually going to start going, why are we even in Division I to begin with? You want to keep San Diego State in Division I? You better hope that they have automatic qualifiers. You better hope that this power conference that they're jumping into is a power conference. The Power Act, whatever the heck it's called.
The Power Act State 12.
Except they have 8 teams. 9 if you include Gonzaga.
Listen, dude.
Power Act State 9.
Can we like minor details, dude? Like the name of the conference is a minor detail. It's a power conference. That's all you need to know.
But anyway, it sounds harsh, but that's the reality of the situation. This is why I'm such an advocate for it. You have to get every conference involved, and you can't do that with a 16-team playoff because then you'll have 6 at large. And the big schools are not going to fly with that. You got to do something where you have 24 teams. You have it set up for the power conferences. Everybody gets a little piece. And then at the beginning of the season, when San Diego State plays Washington State in the Power Act Championship, the winner gets to go to the playoff and get smoked by Florida. It is what it is. But that's what the FCS does. I don't know why this is so complicated. I don't know why this is so difficult. The only reason why it's difficult is because of egos and money. That's the only reason why it's difficult. And greed. There's simple solutions to all these problems. They're simple. Don't overcomplicate things. Max it out at 24 teams. You don't need anything more than that. I've said that from the get-go. 24 is my max. And then you can figure out what you want to do. But as of right now, you're trying to, and college football needs to figure out what direction they want to go. They are trying to be traditional and progressive at the same time. They got to stick to one of them. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Let's get out to Chief in Chula Vista. Chief, you're on the Braden Surprenant Show. What's going on, man?
Hey, Braden, what's happening?
Nothing much.
Hey, I just want to bring up the seeding. Why in the world is the seeding the way it is today? Because the highest seeded team needs to play the lowest seeded team. Now today, and I agree with you. You know, we got Oregon and Indiana, you know, the best teams, and Indiana should have knocked off Miami last night to get Oregon and Ole Miss today, but we're not seeing that. And I just don't get it. So
you're
we essentially have another.
You're asking
10.
for a reseed every round, like hockey used to do.
Well, no, I don't think it'd be every round.
Well, that's what you're asking for. Like the 10 seed, if you look at like the bracket, Miami wasn't supposed to win the first game, and so it should have been 2 versus 3 last night. But neither Miami nor whoever the 2 and the 3 were. Who was the 2 and the 3? I can't remember off the top of my head. It was
Ohio State was the
Georgia
two,
and Ohio
Georgia was the
State,
three.
right? So, like, those two teams should have been in the semifinals. That's how it was seeded for. But they both lost.
Yeah.
So, unless you reseed it, you're not going to run into you're going to run into a situation where Ole Miss and Miami are playing each other as the 6 and the 10. Does that make sense, Chief?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oversight on my part. You're right. I got that now.
Hey, you know what?
And
I
then on
like
the second,
brackets that reseed are fun too. It makes it the easiest path for the 1 seed, and then you get potentially better matchups. There's a reason why the NHL used to do that.
okay, a second point I got here is I can't wait for the Duke's Mayo Bowl to be in the playoff when they go to 2014. they start dumping mayo on one of these big college coaches that would have never had it ever in the world. Yeah, can't wait for that.
Hey, you know what? Add the Holiday Bowl to one of those games.
Exactly.
Tourism, baby. Let's get the Holiday Bowl as a playoff game. You know what? If we had the foresight in this town to actually build a stadium that can host major events, guess what we could be putting bids in for? The national championship.
Yes.
The national championship. If we had the foresight to do that, but we don't. We don't have the foresight to do that. We don't. We're not intelligent enough to think about the future, to look at the forest instead of the tree in front of us here in San Diego. It's not San Diego State's fault. They won the bid. They built a stadium for themselves. That's what they should do. Foresight, guys. We could be hosting this thing. We could have our boy Sam in the chat in a nice red jacket walking around parading the Indiana Hoosiers in a national championship against Miami, or Oregon in a national championship in Miami here in San Diego in a big venue. You don't think they wouldn't have given us a bid? We could be hosting this thing. We could be hosting the Final Four if we put a roof over the damn thing. No, we're worried about height limits over by the coast. Which, by the way, I found that out. Like, apparently, like, the state doesn't care. That's a local thing,
Yes.
so they can still build above the height limit and just be like, what are you going to do about it? State's not going to enforce anything? Come on. We could be hosting this stuff. We could be hosting these things. You know, we're worried about, like, the Holiday Bowl got hosed by the fact that we don't have a venue big enough for, like, the bids they used to give out because we didn't decide to think about the future. We are a major city that still thinks we're a small Navy town from the 1970s. And it drives me absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. 2014 playoff. Put it in. Where's
Agreed.
Sam at? Where we at? He's afraid, dude. He's afraid. Can't handle the smoke.
It's got Nate calling him Sammy Fish in the chat.
Ah, no. Nate's been on him for like those commercial breaks, if you will. What'd you think of the game last night? We have a little bit of time.
It was a very, very good game. I think Chambliss kind of got caught in the moment a little bit because if he played the way he did in the fourth quarter throughout the entirety of the game, Miami's not even close. I mean, he was so good in the fourth quarter, even getting them down the field on that last drive. I mean, he got them 50 yards in 19 seconds to even give himself a reasonable chance at a Hail Mary on that last play. I did see a lot of pass interference, and it was also really frustrating there because they were calling everything in that fourth quarter. And then on the crucial final two drives, they swallowed whistles on some pretty big plays. I mean, there was a pretty big hold on the final scoring drive for Ole Miss on number 11 for Miami that got completely missed. So that was it felt a little the end of that game, but Ole Miss, with everything that they have gone through over the last month, they have nothing to be upset over. They have nothing to hang their head over. They performed above and beyond what anyone thought they would have done based on the circumstances that they've been facing over the last month or so. And the fact they even got past the first game was impressive enough to get 3 points in 19 seconds away from a national championship game is nothing short of impressive.
Yeah, I thought everything that Ole Miss had to deal with. Plus, it would have stuck it to Lane too with them making the national championship. I had a great open set when I was watching when Oregon took the lead, or sorry, when Ole Miss took the lead about
Yes.
how Lane Kiffin doesn't think Ole Miss can win a national championship or has a chance to win a national championship. Well, here they are in the national championship. That would have been great. That would have been great. Great segment to start the show with. Instead, I just danced on the SEC grave while wearing an SEC shirt.
What was it? Carson Beck completed one pass in the second half beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're dominating the trenches.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they said when Cristobal came in, was he wanted to build that team from the inside out. And doing that, as you mentioned constantly on this show, doing it with the offensive and defensive line. That's how you win those games.
How do you win football games at all levels, Frank? There's two ways to do it.
Run the ball and stop people from running the ball.
Yeah, run the ball and stop the run. What did Miami do last night? They ran the ball well and they stopped the run. I mean, that's what good teams do. That's what you got to look for in Oregon, Indiana tonight. That's what you got to look for in the NFL games over the weekend. Teams that can run the ball and stop the run usually win championships in football. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. When we come back, talk a little bit about the game last night for USD and Pepperdine. And come on.
The birth.
Foul.
The
foul
birth of
on
anything.
Max.
No, there's no
foul.
foul.
On Max.
No foul.
Foul on Max.
Absolutely
That's
not.
a foul on Max.
No foul.
We'll tell you why it's a foul when we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show. Saturday's number one sports station, 97.3 The Fan. I need coffee. Bad. No coffee this morning.
No, you don't.
When I woke up. And I was a
more
little
like-
late.
Be more like me. This is all natural low energy that you're seeing right here.
I have coffee like every day. I like coffee. I enjoy a nice cup of Joe in the morning. Didn't have any at my house this morning. I got up to, I've been drinking water, Padres, over everyone. Relax. And then I'm like, okay, well, a little late in the morning, so didn't have time to really make coffee. And so I decided, I was like, oh, I'll just use the fancy machine we have here at work. Got a little touchscreen. You can make all these things. Oh, look, I'll have a mocha. I will not have a mocha. I usually just have black coffee. It's unplugged, broken, or whatever. I remember getting an email about this, Frank. Did you get an email about this?
Unplugged, broken, or both? No,
Or both. I don't know.
I don't use the coffee machine, so I would not know the status of said coffee machine.
Yeah, so that didn't work as I was walking in. I don't want to make a pot of. I don't even know if they have the ability to make a pot of coffee anymore because everybody uses the individual little machine that's fancy now. How bad is it if I order coffee to the state? What if I pull the Tony Gwynn Jr. and just order stuff to the station? I feel like that's so lazy to not. But I mean, obviously, I can't physically drive down to Starbucks, get a coffee, and come back during a commercial break. It's not long enough. It takes 5 minutes just at that rough and road light anyway.
Oh, God.
That rough and road arrow light takes about 5 to 8 minutes anyway.
It do be rough at Ruffin.
Is it frowned upon to order a coffee like that?
I wouldn't see why it would be.
I don't know. I feel like I always make fun of the people like DoorDash their coffee. I'm like, bro, just go get the Starbucks coffee. You can order on the app.
Well, then order something else. Like order a breakfast sandwich or something.
I don't want a breakfast sandwich. I just want coffee.
Well, then I'll have it.
And here's the other thing too. Nobody's up here. I can't be like, hey, somebody hold the ground. Add some more breaks. I can run down to the cafe down here and get their coffee.
No,
throw some breaks in there.
do what they did. Just tell them leave it in the lobby, and we'll get it during a break.
I don't want to do that. I'm gonna have to get a late afternoon coffee before I head to Pitchers later. I think that's where we're going now.
Well, now that
You're welcome to come if you want.
I'm good.
You don't want to hang out
appreciate
and
it.
watch football?
No.
What else are you doing? Going on a first date?
Brother, I wish.
Clyderport?
Brother, I wish.
Well, you know what? We got to get you out there.
Like
Frank.
I said, I'm open to
We're
suggestions.
putting you out there. Go to Pitchers.
No,
meet some new people.
No, that's what Sunday's for.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm doing that Sunday, too.
They got to charge up for Sunday.
Charge up. That's what Saturday's for.
My social no. This social battery, it's a little bit bigger of a battery. It takes a little longer to charge.
You can't charge and you can't. Come on. What are you doing Saturday?
I don't know what I'm doing Saturday.
Exactly. You're charging the battery. Resting up after night of pitchers, which is not going to go. The game starts at 4:30. It's not like you're going to be out late.
No, I know.
Juan will buy you a pretzel. There you go. Yeah, you know what? He saw that Juan might show up, and now he's like, I don't.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. I can't.
We're out. All right, we had I had a USD game last night. They played Pepperdine. They beat Pepperdine. Good win for San Diego. They won by 20-something points. It's their first. It's their largest. It was their biggest margin of victory against a D1 school since 2023 when they beat Jackson State by a wide margin. So a 20-point win for USD last night against Pepperdine. Huge win. As for the UCSD, I didn't see the UCSD. They beat Fullerton last night?
No, they did not.
They lost to Fullerton at home last night.
Yeah.
We have their next game on tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
88-71, Fullerton beat them.
That's a tough loss for UCSD. UCSD will be in action on Saturday at 5 o'clock against UC Riverside, which you can listen right here on 97.3 The Fan. So they took the loss last night. I had the game with Jack Cronin. And what the heck, man? Foul on Max.
No.
Foul on Max.
I refuse.
For a ridiculous cheap shot tweet.
No.
From last night.
No, it was hilarious.
It was funny, but it's still a foul. You can do something. I do funny things all the time, and you charge me with fouls. The foul.
No.
He earned the foul. It's a foul.
I refuse.
It's a foul.
I refuse.
I already chalked it up, so it's a foul. Plus, everybody likes hearing the sounder, Frank. So,
just Max, you didn't get a foul. This is just so everyone hears the bit.
He draws the foul.
Max SID got a foul.
No,
That's
he
what
did
that
not.
was. Thank you for cooperating with that.
No, he did not.
All right, so last night, USD starting to get hot against Pepperdine, and one of their big three-point shooters, Tenori Lane, hits a three. They left him uncontested wide open, and I said, I probably don't want to leave that guy open.
I got the clip here.
And here's the clip.
Defensive set for USD. Now out to Tenori Lane. Left open for three, and he buries it.
Can't leave that guy open. You can't. Tenori Lane makes uncontested threes all the time. Does he make contested threes all the time? No. That's the reason why you got to say
can't leave him open.
You can't leave him open. You can't leave that guy open. There are other players on both teams you can leave open. Tenori Lane is not one of those guys. You cannot leave him open. If they left Shaq open for a three, he's missing it. You can leave that guy open all the time.
But as the color analyst, you need to add color.
That was the color. Can't leave him open.
Yeah. He's really good at making uncontested shots. You really can't leave him open. Like, you got to add a little bit more color to that.
No,
you can't just. That's
what I say on the other ones that he makes. Sometimes you just got to throw in something that's fun. You can't leave that guy open.
You can't just hold the paintbrush upside down and flick it and see how much paint comes off it. You actually have to put the brush on the paper.
I agree with Jake. It's a foul on you for not assessing the foul.
No, it's not. I
yeah,
don't care.
It is.
I don't
see
care.
now he's gonna get a tech from Jake. The chat is demanding a foul.
Okay, and I played the sounder for you. He's not getting a foul.
So USD's their SID Max put out there. Thanks, Captain Obvious, on the tweet, which is so funny. There's players though that you can leave open that are not going to make a three. By the way, you could have left every Pepperdine Wave player open last night from three. They weren't making a shot. They were 0 for 10 to start with a lot of uncontested threes.
Squirrel finds a nut every now and again.
I'm just saying. It was funny, but it was kind of a reach.
Tis the birth.
It was kind of a reach.
Tis the birth of Captain Obvious.
By the way, I would like to let everybody know, Frank would have no idea that even happened last night if I didn't send it to him.
Correct.
I sent it to you.
But it was hilarious.
It was fun.
It was absolutely hilarious.
I thought that was great. Guys, USD is trolling their own broadcaster on their tweets.
You have a lot less people to answer to when you're trolling your own broadcaster instead of somebody else's.
Oh, Max would never do that to like any of the other broadcasters.
Exactly,
out there.
because he will have less people to answer to if he did it to you.
Why are you trolling Dave Pash like that? Dave Pash be like, what? Exactly. I texted him immediately. I was like, well, that was hilarious. Also, it's a cheap shot. They liked my tweet, though, with the, who is that, Stone Cold?
Yes.
My tweet of Stone Cold, Steve Austin, laughing, and then, no, serious. That could work by USD's social media accounts.
Fantastic.
I don't know, Jim. All right. We wanted to get to that. We got Oregon and Indiana tonight. Should be a fun game. I'm looking forward to it. We got other news, too, with the Padres. I forgot about this news. Arbitration.
Yes.
Settled.
Yes.
For everybody, right? Everybody's done?
Yep.
They're not waiting on anybody else yet?
For the Padres, no.
For the Padres, yeah. That's all I care about.
For the Padres, everyone is settled. There was some interesting...
Did they settle with JP Sears?
They settled with... What does everybody mean?
I know, but like Fangraphs doesn't have JP Sears' number on there, so...
Yes, they did settle with JP Sears. They settled with Jason Adam, Adrian Morahone, Gavin Sheets, Mason Miller, Freddie Fermin, and JP Sears, who the last time I remember hearing was JP Sears.
I wonder how much money he got. His is not reported yet.
Adam, so here's what we have as far as the numbers. Jason Adam will make $6.675 million next year. Adrian Morahone will make 3.9.
Got that.
Sheets will make 4.5.
That happened during our show.
Yes. Miller will make 4, and Freddie Fermin will make 2.1.
They got Camposano at $900,000.
Yes, they got Camposano back in November, so he didn't even get this far in the hearings. But everybody is not going to arbitration.
What did JP Sears get?
Wanderies in the chat is saying 2.75, according to Jeff Sanders of the UT.
Which would be less than what he was expected to get on the arbitration figure, which should knock the payroll down a little bit, which is good news for the San Diego Padres. But how about this? We'll talk about more baseball in the 11 o'clock hour. And we got a lot of baseball to talk about in the 11 o'clock hour. Arbitration. So does everybody know how arbitration is a situation of if you get to a point where you haven't negotiated a salary figure for the player that is arbitration eligible, you then have to go to arbitration. And what happens is the player picks a dollar figure he thinks he's worth, or his party does. The Major League Baseball team picks a number that they think he's worth, and they don't take the average. They go to an arbiter, and the arbiter picks one of them. So that's kind of the general synopsis of this. I love the fact that AJ Preller never goes to arbitration because it keeps a good relationship with the players, because these are nasty conversations. Because the team that talks about how great you are all the time, then all of a sudden flips it for money reasons to say how much you suck.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have a massive disparity between the Detroit Tigers and Tarek Skubal.
Incredible.
Tarek Skubal I'm just going to ask, like, Tarek Skubal, if he was on the open market, would be the highest paid pitcher.
Absolutely.
Aside from maybe Paul Skeens based on age, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty fair. He's probably the best, if not one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. I think he's highly coveted by everybody. He's a free agent at the end of the year. He put down $32 million for arbitration.
Mm-hmm.
That seems relatively fair.
I would have paid it on a free agent deal. I probably would pay him 35.
Right, but that's not how arbitration works, though.
No, I'm just saying,
because guys who usually get paid, like Mason Miller's getting $4 million before arbitration.
No,
like,
right.
He's probably worth way more than that.
I'm just saying, on a free agent deal, I would pay him even more than what he's asking for.
Yes, I know what you're saying, but I'm setting it up for what I'm about to say with the fact that the Tigers offered $19 million, which is way different. But now, here's the thing: do you know how much money? Let me ask you this question, because I think it's important. Because when you go into when you're in the arbitration years, your money your salary does not like skyrocket based on how good you've played. It slowly goes up, but it doesn't skyrocket.
Mm-hmm.
How much money did Tarek Skubal make last year in arbitration?
15, maybe?
Take a guess. That's your guess? 15? Tarek Skubal last year in arbitration, if I have the right page up, Tarek Skubal last year in arbitration made $10 million.
Wow.
You know what he's not going to get? 32. He was never going to get 32, ever. 10 million. Like, now all of a sudden the Tigers' 19 million is not crazy. That's a $9 million raise. Most of these arbitration numbers
It's only a couple million.
don't jump up $10 million, $11, $15 million. I don't care how good Tarek Skubal is. I think I know who's going to win this arbitration hearing. More baseball talk on the way back. Rob Manfred, a lot of interesting stuff to say.
Go ball! Go ball! Off the wall! Hit the weight room!
Hughes bat, it has a new bat.
Oh, he's got
and
one.
nobody's gone deep in it with it yet. But he's about to film me do it.
He got on top of it.
Go, 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 go!
Oh, ain't nobody else wearing a water t-shirt. Expand. Ah.
Down!
Oh, yeah. I got it. Oh.
Easy.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm sorry?
You hanging out with his sister too much that he gets hurt?
Okay,
he goes to get placed in the
now
IL?
Now that the mics come on, you want to say that
I'm just
story?
saying,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Hey, man. He goes to the IL. All of a sudden, you would hang out with his sister. He goes to the IL.
I guess I have a noodle. A large,
Hey, good job,
soft,
Sam.
wet.
God. Sorry, batting last.
Coming.
Down! Wow.
That was a hose.
Stay down. Good. Please catch it. Nice.
Drink Mountain Valley, baby.
I don't know. He is wearing a Panthers
Oh,
hat.
that's a good one.
What a team guy. Unlike
You know
Matt.
what? Cam Newton.
Selfish. I like Jalen Hurts more. I like Cam Newton. I'll go Jalen
Something
Hurts.
about Flacco, though.
That's why you're batting last.
Something about Flacco, I trust. This gets me going.
Look at that
Oh, look at the
PFP.
PFPs by one.
It's like it's everything that I
Oh,
want.
good oppo shot.
Nicky,
Hey, Nicky! That away, Nicky! Come on, Ethan! Go, Ethan! Why are you stopping?
Braden running.
This is why we can't win a ball game. We have no awareness on the pass. Like it's just.
Why did he stop?
I expect better from
Everyone
you.
else remember when he's 20 minutes? I didn't want to pass him.
What a team guy. Joel's such a team guy compared
reminds
to
me of Cam
Matt,
Newton
who's
refusing
not
to
a
jump on
not a
that
team
fourth
guy.
Go ball! Go ball!
Off the wall! Hit the weight room.
Hughes bat, it has a new bat.
Oh, he's got
And
one.
nobody's gone deep in it with it yet. But he's about to film me do it.
He got on top of it.
Go,
Go, go, go, go, go!
Oh, ain't nobody else wearing a water t-shirt. Expand.
Ah. Down.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
Easy.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I'm sorry?
You hanging out with his sister too much that he gets hurt?
Okay,
he goes to get placed in
now
the
that
IL?
Now that the mics come on, you want to say that
I'm just
story?
saying,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Hey, man. He goes to the IL. All of a sudden, you would hang out with his sister. He goes to the IL.
I guess I have a noodle. A large,
Hey, good job,
soft,
Sam.
wet.
God. Sorry, batting last.
Coming.
Down! Wow.
That was a hose.
Stay down. Good. Please catch it. Nice.
Drink Mountain Valley, baby.
I don't know. He is wearing a Panthers
Oh,
hat.
that's a good one.
What a team guy. Unlike
You know
Matt.
what? Cam Newton.
Selfish. I like Jalen Hurts more. I like Cam Newton. I'll go Jalen
Something
Hurts.
about Flacco, though.
That's why you're batting last.
Something about Flacco, I trust. This gets me going.
Look at that
Oh, look
PFP.
at the PFPs by one.
It's like it's everything that I
Oh,
want.
good oppo shot.
Nicky,
Hey, Nicky! That away, Nicky! Come on, Ethan! Go, Ethan! Why are you stopping?
Braden running.
This is why we can't win a ball game. We have no awareness on the pass. Like it's just.
Why did he stop?
I expect better from
Everyone
you.
else remember when he's 20 minutes? I didn't want to pass him.
What a team guy. Joel's such a team guy compared
reminds
to
me of Cam
Matt,
Newton
who's
refusing
not
to
a
jump on
not
that
a team
fourth
guy.
Go ball! Go ball!
Oh, off the wall! Hit the weight room.
Hughes bat, it has a new bat,
Oh, he's got
and
one.
nobody's gone deep in it with it yet. But he's about to film me do it.
He got on top of it.
Go,
Go.
Ain't nobody else wearing a water t-shirt. Expand.
Ah. Baseball Hour on 97.3 The Fan. We got a lot to talk about during the offseason. We got a lot to talk about in the football world. We got NFL football to talk about here later on the show, college football to talk about as well. But every single offseason show, the entire 11 o'clock hours built around baseball. Now, we wanted to talk a little bit about this arbitration conversation. We kind of briefly talked about it at the end of the first hour. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Padres reached agreements with all 6 of their arbitration-eligible players ahead of Thursday's deadline to exchange salary figures, preserving A.J. Preller's long-standing streak of avoiding arbitration hearings. Adam, Morahone, Sheets, Sears, Miller, and Fermin are now all under contract for the 2026 season, which locks in the club's remaining salary obligations for the year. Preller's arbitration streak remains perfect. Since Preller took over as Padres general manager in 2014, the organization has not gone to a single arbitration hearing. Not one. There have been a one arbitration hearing since he took over. Last Padre to go to a hearing was Andrew Cashner before the 2014 season, making this more than a decade-long run of negotiated settlements rather than adversarial proceedings. And they are adversarial, let me tell you. Most of these meetings and a lot of veteran players always tell younger players that go to arbitration for the first time that you should never go to the arbitration hearings. All it's going to do is piss you off. That's all it's going to do. And so by paying the players ahead of time and negotiating before arbitration and not digging your heels in like a lot of organizations do and a lot of franchises do to try to save a couple bucks, the Padres get the contracts done and they avoid what could be a disastrous breaking of a bridge or burning of a bridge between a player and an organization. Because when bad things are said about you from your employer, it's hard to go back and really believe or trust in working for that employer. That's why a lot of these guys end up getting traded or ask for a trade. So this is really good news for the Padres that they were able to agree on contracts with everybody before they go to arbitration. Because now you don't have to have a situation like Detroit offering $19 million in arbitration to Tarek Skubal. Tarek Skubal thinking he's worth $32 million in arbitration and having an arbiter pick between the two. This is good news if you're a Padres fan, Frank.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you got pretty close with Michael King last year, but that ended up getting solved just before arbitration started, which I believe is the beginning of next month. Like right around this time next month is when all the hearings are. So yeah, I mean, it is great to keep that relationship high with your players. And I mean, it's about as good a deal as you can get. It also shows that what the Padres perceive as value for these guys is pretty close in line with what these players should be getting, and the players obviously agree. So it's good that it's also good from a money evaluation side as well.
You look at the players, there's only 2 players that are free agents next year that were arbitration eligible this year. It's Jason Adam and Adrian Morahone. I'd like to see the Padres next term of business try to find a way to get Adrian Morahone on a contract extension. By not moving him to a starting role, he can be a guy that you can sign on a relief deal. Or maybe you give him a little bit more than a relief pitcher does and then eventually try to make him a starter in the future. I know a lot of people don't want to see that, perhaps, but the guy's going to be 26, almost 26. He's going to be 27 years old by the end of the season this year. Still a very young pitcher, has grown extremely well in the Padres organization. He's a guy that I want to see on this team long term. Him and Jason Adam are the only free agents in that particular case. And then you look at the rest of
what the Padres have to deal with at the end of the season next year. Kyle Hart's got a club option. Ramon Laureano's a free agent, and Michael King has an opt-out if he chooses. Other than that, this team is going to be the Padres for the foreseeable future, Frank.
Yeah, which is great. You'll build some continuity, not just with the fans and who they see, but also the players coming in the clubhouse every single day and getting what they see. I think haven't we seen somewhere this offseason that Adrian Morejon said he's happy with where he is. So I don't think he would be all that upset with taking like a higher leverage reliever pay and not moving to a starter. It's nice to know that he can do it if need be, but I think he would be fine in a situation where he's getting paid like a reliever.
I think that's probably what he's ended up going to get. But I'd love to see him part of the team. But you look at this team. I mean, everybody's under contract for the next 2 years, with the exception of like 2 players.
Mm-hmm.
This is the core group. This is the team that you spent money on. And if you want to take it a step further, they're basically all under contract until 2028. And then Joe Musgrove becomes a free agent in 2028. So you got the next 2 years of this team. And now there's opt-outs and everything like that. Like Nick Pivetta could opt out at the end of this season. So that's another name that you could potentially see on the open market. But this is the team that you have in a Padres uniform for the next couple of years. And I'm curious how the CBA works out. And that's what we're going to talk about in the next segment is a lot of things with what Rob Manfred said on WFAN that's going to make that thing even crazier. I do want to get into the schedule, but Frank had one more point.
I want to lay out a hypothetical for you, a prediction, if you will. I think a lot of the players that you would normally see opt out because of the uncertainty of the CBA and what direction it's going to go and how far apart they seem. I don't know if somebody like Nick Pivetta would be willing to walk away from that much money, not knowing whether or not, one, when he can sign again, or two, if he's going to get that much because of contract constraints. You can't take money away that has already been given out. So there's going to have to be 2 different salary cap. There's going to be a pre-cap limit and a post-cap limit. And then once all the pre-cap contracts are gone, then it's all just one salary cap.
Yeah, that's what we think might happen.
So I would think that if teams are going to try to become compliant with the post-salary cap, they're going to be offering players that opt out less money to be able to build a full roster around that new salary cap, and opting out would take you out of that grandfathered in contract and it would put you in the new salary cap. So I think there's a chance that a lot of players with opt-outs might not take it this year because they would want more money for the time that they're in.
I have to go back to the last time we had this lockout. And it was because what happened is a couple players signed right before it was locked out. Like Corey Seager signed quick.
Yes.
But they don't get paid, right?
Yeah, they don't get paid. No one gets paid during the lockout.
During the lockout. But I can't remember. Did they get like they ended up getting salaries that were based on the season?
I believe so.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact deal. I remember them getting, but they had to get some type of. So my other thing is when you talk about that particular situation of like Nick Pivetta, don't opt out because you don't know if you're going to get paid in 2027, right? You don't think there's going to be a season 2027 or like whatever. If you opt out, the thing is the risk. It's not like you're getting paid anyway, because nobody's getting paid. So you would get a restructured or a percentage of the money that you already had agreed upon. So you would get based on how many games that they play. It'd be retroactive it'd be, based on the percentage of the games that you had played.
Mm-hmm.
So from that standpoint, and you look at Nick Pivetta's contract, I mean, he's only supposed to get like $14 million in 2027.
That's going up, though, is it not? Like he's got.
No, he's getting the most now. And then he
no,
can
right, but it's going to be like 14, 16, and 18.
No, it's 20.5 this year. It's
Yeah.
14 next year, and then it's 18 in 2028.
Yeah, so it is going to get
But
a
it's
bump.
not a lot.
No, I know it's not like a ridiculous bump, but it is a bump.
But what I'm saying is, if he opts into the contract and he gets a contract that's based on percentage, like he's only going to get 60% of it because they play 60% of the games. He's not getting $14 million. He's getting 60% of $14 million. He could do better than that by just signing with somebody else, by just becoming a free agent, signing before when it opens up again, because everybody's going to start signing players. Do you think he would get more than $8.4 million for that year?
Most likely, yeah.
I think so too. So I think it actually would make sense for him to opt out because it's not like he's got all this money. Now, I don't think it would. The opt out for Michael King doesn't make as much sense, right? Because I would take 60% of $28 million.
Yeah.
I don't think, is Michael King going to be able to get more than 16.8 signing like that? Or you maybe sign a long-term deal? I mean, how much? There's so much uncertainty with Michael King. I would bet if I was Nick Pivetta that I'm going to get more than 8.4 and beyond.
I'm trying to find
the contract.
I'm trying to find where the money is. ESPN has like a timeline of everything
of CBA stuff.
Yeah, of the entire. They have a timeline of the entire lockout, like day-to-day updates
of what happened.
Yeah, I'm
trying
trying
to find
to
that
see
as we go to break here in a second. But Nick Pivetta to me is a guy that would opt out at the end of the year, despite the contract situations or like the labor negotiations. I don't think Michael King has a ton of leverage in that. I think he'd probably opt in, and then you don't even know, because the other thing too is he would be grandfathered into any type of salary cap, and they don't know how that's going to work yet. So you're taking a massive risk opting out of what you have guaranteed on a contract, which I know that they can't get rid of. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. There's a lot going on with this new CBA negotiations and a lot of ideas from Rob Manfred and the owners. Really, Rob Manfred. I don't know how much of the owners are in on some of these things yet or not, but he was on our sister station in New York, WFAN. He had a lot of interesting things to say about the Major League Baseball season and the future of Major League Baseball. We will start playing some of that sound for you as we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego's number sports station, 97 through the Fan. All guests on 97 through the fan. Join us on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future. When in charge of the crime since 2010, visit davidpshapirolaw.com. We have the schedule now for the Sunday Night Baseball. We'll have a different song, though. I wonder what the song's going to be.
Yeah, it will. It won't be this.
Will not be that.
It won't be that anymore.
They announced NBC in this latest negotiation for TV contracts has the rights to Sunday Night Baseball, and I think a couple other things. They released their schedule for Sunday Night Baseball. Opening weekend, we'll have a doubleheader on NBC starting at 1:00 Eastern.
What an opener. The first game of the new NBC Peacock era on Sunday is
at 10 in the morning. You can watch the Pirates take on the Mets. And Paul Skeens probably isn't pitching. Right? Because the season starts on Thursday, does it not? What's the schedule say?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
You got the schedule. Everybody's got the same one. It
Yeah,
starts on Thursday. Sometimes they move the games to Friday. It's going to be the third game of the series. No Skeens.
Yeah, so as a Met fan...
Okay, here we go.
I will say I think NBC could have done a lot better. Than Pirates Mets.
Pirates Mets. That's the morning game. It's in the morning. That's the morning game. Their first game they're going to broadcast.
First game of the
Pirates
new era
Mets.
is Pirates Mets.
You know
what
what?
are you guys doing?
That is up there with AL Central boringness.
My God.
I will always be on my soapbox that there's nothing more boring than a Wednesday afternoon or Thursday afternoon AL Central game.
Hey,
I'm talking all of sports. I would rather watch this Winnipeg-Edmonton hockey game in the middle of the season that means nothing. That's a replay right now because Frank's still boycotting the four-letter network on these TVs. I don't know how much longer I'm going to tolerate that. But I'd still rather watch that than any AL Central afternoon game. And you know what? Pirates and Mets are a close second.
Here's a fun fact for you. The New York Jets in their last 17 games were 3-14. The Winnipeg Jets in their last 17 games are 2-15.
So
it's just a Jets
name
thing.
Your team the Jets.
It is just a Jets thing.
You know, they took over the Atlanta Thrashers, right? Just change the name to the Thrashers. They should have Thrashers night in Winnipeg. Sure, they'll be fired up about it. Yeah, exactly. Keeping it real. Royals Twins. No thanks. White Sox Tigers. No thanks.
Listen, it gets pretty hyped.
Guardians Royals. No. You can think about it.
It gets pretty hyped in here when it's in the middle of July, when it's a Wednesday in July, and there's no other sport on.
The only one that gets excited is Adam Klug because somehow he has one of the players in fantasy baseball. My guy just dropped him in fantasy baseball. Just picked him up in fantasy baseball. That is the worst division. That is the most boring division ever. Tigers, Guardians. Are you kidding me? That's like probably the best matchup right now. Thumbs down. Not great. Okay, Pirates and Mets are the first game on March 26th at 10 in the morning. At 5 p.m., it's Diamondbacks and Dodgers. You knew the World Series champion was going to open up the Sunday Night Baseball thing, right? I mean, come on. And they happen to draw the Diamondbacks in the first weekend.
And with that might not be a bad game, especially with, as we had talked about yesterday, Arizona was in on Alex Bregman. And we said it really only makes sense if they take Ketel Marte off of the trading block, because then that would signal that they are going for it.
Correct.
Wouldn't you know who won the pony? Today, Arizona pulls Ketel Marte off the block. So they think that they have a legitimate chance at getting Alex Bregman now.
Even our resident Royals fans in the chat agree with us that it's the most boring division in baseball. So that's the first weekend. In terms of the schedule's posted. I don't need to go through the entire schedule. But the good thing is it's it's good and bad. ESPN used to leave some games out near the end of the season so they could flex games into the Sunday Night Baseball, which is kind of cool. NBC picked them all. The Padres' first time that they're on Sunday Night Baseball, it will actually be on Peacock on May 17th,
which is a day that I'll probably go watch it at a bar because I don't pay for Peacock.
Vetter Cup.
It's the Vetter Cup. It's the Padres and the Mariners, who have owned the Padres in the last 2 years. So you need to bounce back from that. So May 17th will be the first Sunday night baseball game for the Padres as they take on the Mariners. They will then play on actual NBC as part of a doubleheader because we love having Mets and Dodgers doubleheaders on NBC, apparently. The morning game will be at 9:30, and it's the Mets at the Braves on NBC on the 5th of July. So while everybody's waking up hungover from partying for the 4th of July on Saturday after having Friday off, because that's the national recognized holiday this year for all of you that are wondering when your holidays are. Mets and Braves will be the morning game. Padres at the Dodgers will be at 4 o'clock on July 5th on NBC. When Ben Higgins was reading out, there's 4 Padre games that are going to be on NBC on Sunday Night Baseball. I'm like, well, one of them's going to be the Dodgers. Yeah, it's another road game, huh?
3 on the road, 1 at home.
That's interesting.
And the home game is coming up next.
Home game is on August 9th at 5 p.m. as the Astros take on the Padres on NBC. I wonder if it's one of like the only couple 8 o'clock games. I wonder if they made the West Coast games 5 o'clock starts Pacific time. Because if you look at all the other games, like the ones that Padres and Dodgers is 7.
Yeah.
Still.
And it's also going to be nice too, especially for our wonderful Padre board ops, of which I used to be one.
Same.
To not have to worry and do math with a 5:08 start. That's cool. Just right at the top of the hour.
They're not playing.
Awesome.
You just have to deal with that when they play Toronto now, and they have the 07 starts. Last game on the list. This one will be on Peacock too. There's not a lot of games that are only on Peacock. The Padres drew 2 of those. They get the Peacock game on September 13th as they will compete with Sunday Night Football on September 13th. They will take on the Giants in San Francisco. Final game of the year on Sunday Night Baseball will be the Brewers at the Orioles. There's other games too. They're doing the leadoff games. So those morning games on Peacock, they rejoined, which they all start at like 9 or noon. I don't think the Padres are on any of these. I don't think they are. But no.
No, they're not on the.
No. Good.
They're not on the leadoff.
And then you have the Star Spangled Sunday. Every Major League Baseball game presented nationally on NBC Universal platform. So all the games on the 5th of July are actually NBC and Peacock games. Thank God the Padres got the NBC one. Because there's a game after the Padres-Dodgers. It's Red Sox-Angels on Peacock in Anaheim. That game's going to be at 9:30 Eastern. Good luck to the Red Sox fans having to watch that. But that's the latest on the NBC deal with the with Major League Baseball. So a lot of good games on this list. Should be pretty fun to see the Sunday leadoff on Peacock as well as the Sunday Night Baseball for the Padres. Padres draw 4 of those games, which is good news, I think. Always love seeing the Padres on a national audience. I think a lot of people don't like the announcers. We don't know what the announcers are yet.
We're hearing.
I heard Benetti was rumored to potentially do it.
the Tigers broadcast, and I think it's Kevin Brown, I believe.
Yeah,
it's
Kevin
the Baltimore Orioles guy. Yeah, those are the 2 that we've heard rumored, but they're both play-by-play guys, so I don't know how that would work out.
My favorite part is NBC Sports presents Opening Day Matinee, March 26th on NBC and Peacock. Is that opening day though? That's not the Sunday.
It's
March 26th.
20. Hold on.
That's the Sunday. That's the day. That's a Thursday. So that is going to be Paul Skeens. That makes more sense now. The 29th will be the first Sunday night baseball game.
Yeah.
And that's the Guardians at the Mariners. Oh, joy.
Still, you could have picked a little bit better than the Pirates.
They just wanted Paul Skeens, dude.
Of course.
That's all they wanted. They wanted to see Paul Skeens be on the first game of whatever. Mike Tirico calling a game would be legit, though.
And by the way, congratulations, Pittsburgh Pirates. Finally, after agreeing like 3 weeks ago, finally put pen to paper with Ryan O'Hearn today.
Yeah, man, he's got to pass physicals. He's got to go out there. He's got to do
3 weeks.
Hey.
Edward Cabrera passed a physical in an hour.
They signed him before the holidays. Maybe he was off. That guy likes to throw shade over here a lot. Come on, man. See you do it.
Okay.
Sign him up to be the Pirates GM.
Okay.
All right, when we come back, what did Rob Manfred say about a lot of different things? He was on with Craig Carton and who's that guy? Chris McMonigle?
Chris McMonigle.
McMonigle on the Craig Carton show. And he talked about league expansion and division realignment. What would that look like for the Padres? We'll find out when we come back on the Braden Surprenant show. San Diego's number one sports station, 97 through the fan.
11:34 on a Friday. Hopefully, you guys all getting excited for a fun weekend here in San Diego. Beautiful weather we have had the last couple of days. A little crisp in the mornings, but no place I'd rather be than sunny San Diego. We got to get to our sports thread today in this segment, but we want to get to a couple of things that Rob Manfred said on WFAN on the Craig Carton show. There's a lot of different clips. We're going to have different segments on it, but the first one we want to talk about is league expansion and division realignment. Obviously, Major League Baseball wants to get to 32 teams with their league expansion. They were kind of waiting on some stadium deals before they start looking at expansion teams. We've heard a lot of rumors of different cities potentially getting teams, but with that would come some realignment. Here's what Rob Manfred said about their overall goal, their plan, their picture for the future.
I would like to expand. I think 32 would be good for us. And, fundamentally, it's a lot of cities like to have Major League Baseball. When people want your product, you ought to try to, find a way to sell it to them. It's kind of basic. Number one. Number two, it does a ton of for us from a format perspective. You would realign. You would do it along geographic lines, which could alleviate a ton of the travel burden that's on players. Remember, we ask our players 162 times in 186 days. So most of the play between 162 and 186 travel, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, so you can eliminate a lot of that travel, make it less burdensome, which would be a great thing in terms of player health and safety. And if you play geographically, we get in a postseason, we have those 4 window days that I love, right? You get 4 baseball games in a day. It's awesome. But when you think about the fans in the individual markets, you always end up with, because of the way we're set up, you get Boston versus Anaheim in one of the early rounds. So you're either going to be too late for the fans in Boston or too early. So if you realign geographically, you would look more like other sports where you play up east into the World Series and west into the World Series. And that 10 o'clock game on the West Coast that sometimes is a problem for us becomes a primetime game on the West Coast for the two teams that are playing. So there's a lot of advantages to it. I think if you did it, you'd probably be 8-4s, right? Okay. And I think you would try to keep the 2 team cities separate.
All right, so that's very interesting. So he wants to basically make a Western Conference and an Eastern Conference.
Yes.
Did I read that correct? Did I listen to that correctly?
That sounds more or less accurate. Yeah.
And they want to not have Angels and Dodgers in the same division.
Yes.
And they don't want to have
like Mets, Yankees, Cubs,
White Sox. There's a lot of other of those, very close.
Would that, I don't know if that would necessarily translate to Astros Rangers because they're not in the same city.
No, that doesn't translate. But it's just, I think the teams in the same city. Like if the A's were still in the Bay Area, it would be the Giants and the A's.
Yeah.
So you look through and look at somebody like it's the Chicagos, it's the LAs, it's the New Yorks, and I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's a couple other close ones but it's not enough. Like I wouldn't consider like Baltimore and Washington. I don't know.
No, it depends on whether or not they want to do that as the same state or the same, if they want to put it in the same state too, because you pretty much have that already. Like the Reds are in the National League, the Guardians are in the American League. Same thing with the Rays and the Marlins. Same thing with, can't really say the same thing, but they're in different divisions at least between the Phillies and the Pirates. Like, so you can kind of put it that way. But
I mean, I just look at like what it would look like in terms of like the conference. Like I would admit, so you would take all of the West in both the American League and the National League would be in the Western Conference. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you would have like a couple teams from the Central would probably jump over. But then you don't even know where like the new teams are going to be. I would imagine they probably put one in the West and one in the East.
We're assuming from what has been assumed, Nashville would be the East team, and either Portland or Salt Lake City would be the West Coast team.
That would be my guess too. So I think it'd be one. They'd probably do one each, maybe. But there's more teams on the East Coast than are on the West. But I know Nashville really wants a team. I think they're probably first in line.
Nashville was Nashville was if the Rays have a stadium deal done, correct?
Yes, I think so.
Well,
they did until the hurricane happened. I don't know if that has changed, but I know they're fixing the trop first.
The trop is fixed. It's ready to go for next season. But if they didn't get a stadium deal done, the rumor was that they were going to try to relocate to Nashville. So Nashville appears to be the East Coast team of choice. And now it becomes the question of, do you make travel easier on the Mariners by sending a team to Salt Lake City, which has gotten a lot of professional sports teams as of late? Or do you make it even easier on the Mariners by sending them to Portland, which is even closer?
Yeah, I think that's very interesting. It's probably going to be wherever they think they can obviously make more money in that sense. But I think Portland would be a lot easier for the trip. If we're talking travel, that's what they're going to do. But nobody ever talks about travel. It's about money. So from that standpoint, and the way that Salt Lake City is growing, I would imagine it is going to be in Salt Lake City. But there's going to be one expansion team in both leagues. My thing is, like, the divisions would be very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
As you look at as you look, if you talk about the situation with, like, the Dodgers and the Angels can't be in the same division. We just assumed that was going to be Dodgers, Angels, Padres, Vegas, or Dodgers, Angels, Padres, Diamondbacks. That really changes a lot of things when it comes to the divisions. But even by separating Western Conference and Eastern Conference, you put yourself in a position, like Rob Manfred said, is in the playoffs and some other spots. Based on what divisions are, it works better for TV and a lot of other things, and way better for travel. If I'm the Padres, like, to me, I don't want to not be in a division with the Dodgers.
Correct.
I like it as much as how good they are and everything like that. If they start creating some salary caps and everything like that, and you make it more competitive from a money standpoint, I want to be in the same division as the Dodgers. I would want to be in the same division as the Giants. The Diamondbacks and the Rockies, if the Padres aren't in the division with those two teams anymore, I don't care.
I could see a break being, and the first break that came into my mind was San Diego, LA, Arizona, Vegas. You get the full Southwest of keeping the two LA teams separate.
LA and Vegas, and LA to Vegas and San Diego to Vegas are such quick trips.
Yeah, they're 6-hour drives. Yeah. That would be I think that would be the natural division. And then it makes it a little bit harder with, as far as like flights and trips go, with Seattle, San Francisco, possibly Salt Lake City, possibly Portland and Anaheim. That would be my guess for the West Coast and how that would break out.
So I look at I got the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference, like, laid out. It's the central teams that you split. 5 have to go to the East and 5 have to go to the West.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so you look at it, like, Pittsburgh to me would be in the East, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why they would be in the West. They're an East team. And then you look at the next furthest East team would be like Cleveland or Detroit. They can't have them in the West. When you're looking at the different conferences. So that's already 3 teams potentially over there. Like, do you split the Chicago teams and have one in each city, one in each league?
I would have to assume you would.
You could do that. You could split Chicago in half. Because, like, to me, Cincinnati's in Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, so here, this is just from a random guy on Twitter who broke it down. He has the AL East as New York, Boston, Baltimore, Toronto. That's fair.
I was going to do this on air in a second, but after the sports thread. So let's save his because I want to make my own. It's just determining the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference and the Central split, which I don't think is probably that big of a deal. We're going to get to that when we come back in the noon hour, but we do got to get to today's sports thread.
You know that group chat, the one that's always blowing up with the biggest sports takes, debates, and breaking news?
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me?
Yeah, we've got that too. Welcome to the Sports Thread, where we break down the top 5 stories in sports, just like you would with your crew.
Oh no! Disaster! What a bad idea!
No filters, no silence, just real talk. Brought to you by QC Kinetics. Stop sitting on the sidelines. QC Kinetics gets you back in the game without surgery. To learn how, visit QCkinetics.com.
All right, Frank, what do we got going on today?
We have an interesting sports thread today because I was not prepared for this. I thought we were going to be talking a little bit more about these Manfred clips than we have been. But we'll start off with
Number one.
This is what happens. This is a warning when you spread lies, falsehoods, and misinformation. And professional organizations are forced to respond to it. I sent you a tweet yesterday from a guy on Twitter who had just created a Twitter account for the sole purpose of sending out these tweets and responses to it, and then deleted the account. Reports are that there is unrest in the Ottawa Senators franchise.
Okay.
Linus Ullmark, who is the goaltender for the Senators, who is out on personal family leave right now. Reports are that Ullmark has cheated on his wife and then told his wife that, oh, it's cool if I do it because here are all of the other teammates of mine that are doing it.
Oh, no.
She then told the girlfriends and wives of the players that Linus then ratted out, and all of which have broken up. All marriages over, dating done. The captain of the team is in hot water right now, and reports are that they all want Linus Ullmark gone. They all want him traded.
Yeah, before he starts saying the names of all the side pieces right now. This is crazy, which is not okay, by the way. Let's make that clear. They're all doing some bad things here.
The Ottawa Senators saw this, and it got so much traction. The Senators' president of hockey operations, Steve Staios, put out a statement saying our organization was extremely disappointed to read the completely fabricated and false stories that are spreading around social media about our hockey club. Linus is away from our team for personal reasons, and he has the entire organization's support. We ask that people respect his privacy, but clearly that request was not heard by the lowest forms of trolls and sick people who scour the internet. We are disgusted that outside forces are attempting to disrupt our hockey club. This statement will put an end to the ridiculous speculation that has spread online.
Wow.
That is a pretty firm statement by the general manager and president of hockey operations. And again, mind you, this guy who put that rumor out created his Twitter account this month, January of 2026, and then deleted it a couple hours after the post and after several replies.
Interesting. So he could have made it up. It could be a whistleblower from the team. It could be a ex-wife. It could be I could be a lot of different things. What a crazy drama in sports.
I mean, you can't. The account isn't active anymore, so you can't see it. It was at Fred Nolan Sends was the handle. That again, the account is deleted. You cannot.
So this
see
random Twitter account put out that so-and-so is cheating on his wife.
Linus Ullmark, the goaltender, cheated on his wife.
And then the Twitter account said that he said it was okay because other players were cheating? Or did he come out and say that it was okay because other players were doing the same thing?
Again, word for word, the tweet that was put out, Ullmark cheated, then told his wife about the teammates who cheat on the road. She told the girlfriends and wives, and a bunch of them have broken up since. The captain is in hot water right now, and they want Ullmark off the team. I am 100% serious. That is word for word.
That's what got tweeted out.
Yes.
Well, Ottawa's got to put out this is not happening, of course, but crazy.
That is a wild story.
Yeah.
And it
maybe
just goes
maybe a side girl wanted to get paid, and so I mean this is it's crazy, but at the same time, it's not overly surprising that this might potentially be happening because of stories you hear about athletes on the road, which is
not
gross.
What happened between Kobe and Shaq and what put a rift between them for years.
I don't know the story on that, so I can't
wasn't that kind of the deal? Like Kobe ratted out some of the things as a younger player that some of the older veterans were doing on the road with the Lakers.
I don't remember that scandal. It was like I was very young when that scandal happened. But this is some serious drama that it's going to be fun to be a road team when the Senators show up.
Yeah. It's unreal.
100% serious was a big clue. Who says that with a statement? It's true.
He also said, and again, take this for what it's worth.
He didn't want to put dead ass.
It was an account that was created and then deleted within about 4 to 5 hours. The guy said that he is very close to the situation and didn't want to out himself as being a guy who is being someone who is close to the situation. Again, take all of that for what it's worth from an anonymous Twitter poster that created and deleted an account within a couple hours.
I'm sure we'll get more information on this.
I hope so. You think college football is a gift that keeps on giving? What a gift from the NHL to start the new year.
Apparently, it's all sports.
It's wild.
Number 2.
Speaking of the NHL has announced that the Utah Mammoth will host the Colorado Avalanche in the 2027 Winter Classic at Rice-Eccles Stadium, marking the league's 47th regular season outdoor game and Utah's first appearance in such event. The Mammoth, relocated from Arizona and owned by Ryan and Ashley Smith, are the last NHL franchise to debut in an outdoor game. The commissioner, Gary Bettman, said Utah quickly, quote, earned the honor due to a strong launch and reception with the team. The on-campus stadium, which hosted the 2002 Winter Olympics opening ceremony and will do so again in 2034, sits at high altitude with scenic mountain views. Smith envisions that the game as a showcase for the Utah's natural beauty, ski culture, and growing tech reputation will create a memorable state unifying experience for fans. How important are marquee events like the Winter Classic in accelerating fan engagement and long-term success for newer or relocated sports franchise like Utah?
I think it's great. I think it's great for Utah. I think it's great for expansion teams, show off the beauty of the area. You don't get to see that too much with a lot of these NHL games because they play inside. Move the Winter Classic around, constantly be moving it around and let everybody play at least one game in the Winter Classic. So they're playing at Rice-Eccles Stadium? Or?
Yes.
Okay, so they're playing where the Utah Utes play. I saw somebody go they need one in Montana, at the University of Montana. That'd be sweet.
The thing about that is they usually play it in a place with a home team, like they've done it at Wrigley Field.
I know. I'm just saying it'd be sick if they did it in Montana. There's so many great places they could do it at, which would be awesome.
But also, that's coming off of the heels and the suggestion that Utah could be, that Salt Lake City could be getting a baseball team as well. Right. So a good show out here for the NHL might also help Major League Baseball in their decision to moving a team to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, and then Salt Lake City would have all these sports teams that we don't have here in San Diego because we can't build buildings big enough to host any of these things.
Not where I was going with that, but okay.
Number 3.
Like one of the top 10 largest populations in the country, and we have one major sports team, now 2 with the MLS. Come on. Salt Lake City. I'm just saying. Don't put me on my soapbox.
The Miami Dolphins are finalizing a deal to hire Green Bay Packers Vice President of Player Personnel, John Eric Sullivan, as their new general manager, a source told Adam Schefter earlier today. Sullivan joined the Dolphins after working for the Packers since 2003, starting as a scouting intern before being hired full-time in 2004. He moved up the ranks from college scout to director of college scouting to co-director of player personnel before becoming Green Bay's vice president of player personnel in 2022, working closely with the general manager for a team that has reached the playoffs 6 of the past 7 seasons. That's directly from ESPN.com from earlier today. So Miami doing it right. It was very, very hard. We said it on Tuesday, I think. It's very, very hard to rationale firing your general manager but keeping your head coach on. So now the Dolphins have fired both, and it looks like the general manager hiring is not far behind.
Yeah, as they should. Was this the report? I thought I saw a report that before they fired Mike McDaniel that he was going to be part of the conversation to hire the general manager.
Yes, which you're just
hilarious,
asking for trouble at that point.
Jeff Darlington put this out. Quick note on Troy Aikman. I've been told many times how he was incredibly involved, incredibly thoughtful, and completely committed to the Dolphins GM search. I hope he stays at ESPN forever, but if he ever does something else, man, the Cowboys should just put him in charge. Anything but, I mean, Jerry Jones is the reason that team will never win. I mean, Jerry wants to retire with the most Super Bowls. Yeah, good luck, dude.
Yeah, that'll be a laugher.
Number 4.
Really quick, this was already verbally said last month, but the NCAA has now officially denied Trinidad Chambliss' waiver for a 6th year of eligibility. The decision appears to end Chambliss' college career, although Ole Miss will appeal, according to Chambliss' attorney.
Mark Ziegler reporting Chucky Lozano is out at San Diego FC.
Wow.
Details to come. No more Chucky Lozano in Nazul.
That's big.
We might get more info on that when we come back at Braden Surprenant Show.
Go. Right at him. Down, though. It's a good ball, though. One foul. What do we say? Pyatt. Down. Good ball. Attaboy, Mike. Nice hit. Hey. Attaboy, good swing. Damn it. God damn it, Sam. Too early, too early. Good piece, though. Good piece. Good ball. He didn't want that. It's good. Better pick me up. I am. Oh, just close. We got 2. Line. Out. Hey, we got 1. That ball sounds soft. Hey, say hi. If he goes up, say it. Hey. You gotta tell him hi. If you see him go up, say up so I can burn. It's terrible. Hey, you see him throw it up like that, you just gotta go back. I gotta hear it. Hey, Peter, don't forget to tip it. A little bit. Tip. I got 2. All right, leadoff guy hits the ball far. Third guy doesn't really know what he's doing. Good. He's not going to catch it. Nice. Good piece. Come on. I need that. That's so. Nice ball. Oh boy. That's a run. Atta boy. Right at him. That's right. We got 2 runs. Good swing. They can play. Too shallow, Peter. You gotta take away their shot though. So stay at the same distance. I'll move. Thank you. Holy shit. I was in. How the hell did we get these guys game 1? I mean, like, yeah, all the shit that are out here, we get the one team that actually knows what they're doing. I mean, the guys in front of us couldn't hit water if they fell off a boat, and we got these guys that are hitting corners and lines. Yep. Ooh. Oh, God. Nice. Let's go. Yep. Too much loft. All right, here we go. Got It's a good ball, but down. Good. It's a knock. I'll get the ball. I'll get the ball. I'll get the ball. I'll get the ball. Go.
Come on, Sammy.
Go. I swear to God. Down. Good. It's hard. Make him catch it. Get foul. Go foul. Good. That's fine. Hey, here we go. Good swing, though. Go. Right at him. Down, though. It's a good ball, though. One foul. Ah, what do we say? Pyatt. Down. Good ball. Attaboy, Mike. Nice hit. Hey. Attaboy, good swing. God damn it, Sam. Too early, too early. Good piece, though. Good piece. Good.
Parks from the Gaslamp to North County. No one knows America's finest city like he does.
You can't just punt on a Manny Machado prime use.
He's a fourth-generation San Diegan, born and raised in the heart of this community. Passionate, opinionated, and always bringing you the real talk on your teams, your city, and everything in between.
Braden totally knows his stuff. He's ready for the next step. That guy is good.
Live and local, it's the Braden Surprenant Show.
But I think Braden's one of the up-and-coming young stars in the media game in San Diego.
Now, here's your host, Braden Surprenant.
New lunchtime hour on 97.3 The Fan. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show, live and local each and every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego's number one sports station, 97.3 The Fan. All right, we got a lot of different stuff to get into here in the later segments. We'll talk more college football later on in the show. I do want to mention that you got to listen. Remember to listen at 1 o'clock for us to announce today's biggest fan for a chance to qualify for a night in our Odyssey suite at a future Padres game with all the fan staff. Register your name at 97thefan.com/biggest fan in order to potentially have your name called. We're going to get in some more Rob Manfred stuff in this hour. We're going to talk about the NFL in the next hour. We got college football in Oregon and Indiana to talk about as well. But before we dive into what Rob Manfred said about expansion and potentially moving the leagues around and what that could potentially look like, because we already heard the clip of Rob Manfred on the Craig Carton show on WFAN. Mark Ziegler tweeting out that Chucky Lozano is out at San Diego FC with details to come. 4 minutes ago, Mark Ziegler's put out strictly a club decision, not a mutual decision. Lozano will remain in camp but train on his own on the side indefinitely.
Wow.
What does that mean? He's going to be in camp, but he's going to do his own thing? He's just going to be allowed to use the facilities, I guess?
He's allowed to use the facility. He's got no structure to his... He's got no official structure to his day the way the other players do.
Why are you letting him just train there? That's the part that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
is that popular
in
soccer? I don't know. That's above my deal.
That does sound a little odd to me.
How about that? Now he didn't have as great of a year as other players on the team. Like Andres Dreyer obviously was a MVP level player this year for San Diego.
He got hurt at the beginning of the year too.
But he got hurt. He's up there in age, but he was the guy that was the most marketable player going into the season. Going into season one, what was the big splash signing? Chucky Lozano. What was the big? Who was on all the billboards leading up to the season? Chucky Lozano. He was the face of the franchise for San Diego FC. He lasts one season, Frank. What is your overall reaction to that and with a step moving forward now for San Diego FC?
And they say that you said that they said it was a club decision,
not a mutual decision.
So
he obviously wanted to stay.
Yeah, he had more time on his deal. That leads me to think that whatever happened at the end of last year that got him benched for 3 games lingered. And that the club didn't feel as though that they could get over that hump with Lozano still on the team. Now, the other thing that could have indirectly led to this, when you have a guy, they've re-upped Amal Pellegrino for next season. And when you had a guy like Amal Pellegrino who was just as white hot as Anders Dreyer was at the end of that season, it probably made that decision easier to drop Lozano and say, listen, what happened. We don't think we can get over this, and we have to part ways. I mean, that is a big decision again for the face of your franchise to just be ushered aside.
We talked about we should. Are we going to put Drake Hills on today? Are we not going to? I'm like, what are we going to talk about? There's nothing in soccer. Bang! Chuka Lozano no longer part of the team. Maybe we should call Drake later. Ryan Finley of the San Diego Union Tribune. He has a piece on this with more information that Mark Ziegler has quote tweeted on Twitter, and there's going to be, it says at the bottom of the story, this story will be updated. But as Ryan Finley says, San Diego FC is moving on from Chucky Lozano following a season that was marked by injury and a locker room incident that led to a late season benching. The decision to part ways with the Mexican-born winger was the club's. Sporting director Tyler Heap said Friday at the club's Singing Hills headquarters. Lozano is with the club as it prepares for the 2026 season and will remain there working out while the club attempts to either loan him out or trade him to another club.
Okay,
the team could take a financial hit on Lozano, who made a club high $7.63 million as one of San Diego FC's 2 designated players. Heap said the team will attempt to add another designated player, a star who is not subject to Major League Soccer salary structure, but would not commit to a time frame. The international transfer window opened earlier this month.
So basically what has happened in that case is they've effectively told him, hey, listen, you are not a part of our future. We are going to be moving on from you. So it's not like they cut him. It's not like in football where you would cut the guy, or it's not like in Major League Baseball where you would DFA the guy. They have just told him, hey, listen, you are not going to be playing for us next year. We are doing what we can to try to transfer you or to loan you out. But you are, as of this moment, you are no longer a part of the future plans of this club. He is still on the team, from what it sounds like, and from what I know of soccer contracts, he is still on the team, but they've basically let him know you're out.
Well, here's the other thing, too, and Fridge Watcher brings up a good point. You have 2 designated players that don't count towards the salary.
Yes.
So you usually spend a ton of money
stars
on these international guys to come in and play on your team, and these are your two studs. When you have a guy like Chucky Lozano not playing a lot of time at the end of the season and in the playoffs, and he's one of your designated players, you have to make a change.
Yes.
You can't be a successful MLS club and not have a designated player play the majority of the game and be your guy.
That's
obviously another step in this for San Diego FC is they got to go find a real designated player. If Chucky Lozano was just a normal player on the team that wasn't, getting $7.3 million and a player that was having his money go to the cap, then it would be a little bit different. But the fact that he is one of the guys that's supposed to be the superstar on the team, he's got to play, and he's got to be one of your best players on the team.
Yeah, and it's when you think of like that salary cap little lane there, that's how LAFC is able to afford Son from Tottenham at the end of last year. That's how Inter Miami can fund Lionel Messi for him to be here with those 2 designated spots. And as far as I'm aware, it doesn't have to be like a straight up trade. Like as Wonder Ruiz in the chat said, there's a good chance he's going back to Mexico. That's a very likely possibility. That doesn't mean that it has to be a player from Mexico coming back in a move that is going to fall under that same criteria as skirting the salary cap by being in one of those designations. They can just sell him off, and then that opens up the spot, and they can go and look to Europe or Asia or Africa to try to get a star that fits that bill into the team that that is one of those 2 designated spots.
Yeah, they have this in and I don't want to make too many comparisons, but this is how I view it too. I mean, it's in the softball world. When you get rated as a player, there's only if you are a C player, you can't play in D tournaments. If you're a D, you can't play in E's all the way down. But they do have spots for 2 or 3 on a team. So a team can have 3 C players. There's a difference between a player that's a C player on a C team and a C player that gets to be on a D team. If you only get 3 of those spots, you got to use those in a big way.
Have to maximize
they
them.
have to be your power hitter. They have to be your designated home run hitter. They got to be maybe one of your good pitchers. I mean, that's the situation at hand. And this is very similar. If he's got to be one of your designated players, he's got to play, and he's got to be one of your better players. And with the money that the San Diego FC has and what they have built on so far, this is a very important move, I think, for San Diego FC. You know what? And good for San Diego FC if they to understand that if Chucky Lozano was not going to be a major benefit for the organization long term, I know we gave him $7 point whatever million. I know we put his face on every billboard and bus ad that we ran in San Diego. I know we picked him to be the face of the franchise here for San Diego FC. Good on San Diego FC for realizing that they have another star in Andres Dreyer. Good for San Diego FC to understand that if we want to win an MLS Cup, we're going to have better designated players and to cut ties early and not have to sit through another season of what could potentially be another bad season of Chucky Lozano, who obviously didn't see eye to eye with the organization based on the reports that we have been given.
And that's, I think right here, just laying that out the way you did should be a sign to anyone who was on the fence about whether or not last year was a fluke. This is an organization that has its head on its shoulders already to be able to make that calculation and make that move. They have the foundation that they are going to be competitors for years and years and years to come. If you already have the basic understanding of this is not a move that we maybe want to make based off of all the investment that we've made in him, but this is a move that we have to make in order to be the best version of ourselves. That is the hallmark of a very well-run organization that is going to be competitive year in and year out. Last year was not a fluke.
And I wonder if it furthers the solid talk, as Go Aztecs said, with San Diego FC.
We've seen Mohamed Salah has said that he is not really interested in joining the MLS. But now if San Diego FC has this extra money to throw out at him, maybe that money talks.
Especially, and who knows how much money they have willing to spend.
Yeah, he has been linked to San Diego FC. We saw Kevin De Bruyne from Manchester City. He was linked to San Diego FC as well. So they have been in touch with some of the biggest names in European soccer. Now they may be getting up there in age, but they're still very big names in European soccer, and those names draw attention to the league, which is what you're looking for, which is why Thierry Henry spent time with the New York Red Bulls, was to draw attention to the league.
We got to take a quick break. Some breaking news of Chucky Lozano no longer being a part of San Diego FC. We'll talk more about that later on. If we get updates, we'll be sure to pass them along. Want to get back into this baseball conversation what Rob Manfred was talking about, how the alignment of the divisions might look. Also, some other information about the future of baseball as he laid out on the Craig Carton show. We'll talk about that when we come back on the Braden Surprenant show, San Diego's number sports station, 97 through the Fan. trying to come up with those divisions that Rob Manfred was kind of hinting at. It's a little difficult, but not crazy.
Yeah, it's not impossible.
Yeah. He's Frank Marchese. I'm Braden Surprenant. This is the Braden Surprenant Show. Live and locally each every day from 10 to 2 on San Diego Summer Sports Station 97.3. The Fan. We're broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. We apparently don't know how to make these divisions.
You know, we don't know how. Bill Howe knows
Bill Howe knows.
We don't know
how. I mean, for doing this in a commercial break and not having like a ton of time to really break it down and really find the best options for these things, this is what I've come up with based on what Rob Manfred said. So Rob Manfred's talking about expanding the league to 32 teams. We're on the same page with that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he wants to basically do the NFL.
Right. So he wants to do 2 leagues of 4 divisions each. So 8 divisions of 4. But he wants to do it not like the NFL in terms of like he wants to do it. He basically wants to combine the NBA and the NFL. So
yes, because he wants to have the NFL divisional format, but he wants to have
4.
But he wants to have the NBA East versus West conference kind of deal.
Correct. Stop the music there.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's what Rob Manfred wants to do. All right, he wants to do the 8 divisions of 4, and he wants to split it Western Conference and Eastern Conference, which is different than what Frank had when he saw on that Twitter. And that's why I think I wanted to make it different, because we have seen the expansion and the new divisions, but they had been kind of traditional to Major League Baseball, where you have a National League North, South, East, and West, an American League North, South, East, and West. From this perspective of the Eastern and Western Conference side of things, and I did it at the bottom of the sheet. I'll add it to the part that we're on right now. 12. Oh my God, that's unfortunate.
You good?
I got to redo this.
Nice.
There you go.
There's an undo button there. You know.
That's what we did that. It's a pain in the butt with tabbing and with tabs and stuff like that. So, but those are your essentially divisions for the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference, Frank, if you want to look at it. But he wanted to separate. The other caveat was he wanted to separate all the cities. So if you were to have you couldn't have the Yankees and the Mets in the same division. You couldn't have the Angels and the Dodgers in the same division. You couldn't have the White Sox and the Cubs in the same division. And so what you come up with is something similar to this. I think things can be tweaked. Now, I'm biased, and I put a division together in which the Padres were with the Dodgers. But now, the more I look at it, the less likely that might happen. The Western Conference, again, this is just an example. We're going to assume that the expansion team in the Western Conference is Portland/Salt Lake City.
Yes.
And we are going to assume that the expansion team in the Eastern Conference is, in fact, Nashville, which makes it a little bit more understandable. So this is what like Rob Manfred's idea kind of goes with. I think you could tweak a couple teams here and there, but the Western Conference, one division would be the Dodgers, the Padres, the Diamondbacks, and the Athletics, with the A's being in Vegas.
Which makes travel nice and easy between all the teams.
Right. And again, the entire point of this was for TV watching of the playoffs. Because the whole situation of like the Red Sox playing the Angels of the American League, or the Dodgers playing the Mets in the National League, in some type of some type of conference final, the championship series.
He's wanting
kills with TV ratings because somebody has to play at night and all this other stuff when you could do West and East, and then you're guaranteed. The thing is with the West and the East, you ran into it a little bit too with the playoffs this year, is there will be whoever the favorite is going to be hosting. There could be 2 East Coast teams hosting at the same time where the time's all jacked up.
But really,
and same thing in the West, where like if 2 West teams host and their times are all jacked up, and you got a game at Dodger Stadium at noon in a playoff game,
when they could be playing at a different time. And now when you cater Western and Eastern Conference, you know that the Eastern Conference is going to play the first game and the Western Conference is going to play the night game.
I can tell you right now, his plan of doing it this way will not work. Because if he wants to do that, he's going to have to sacrifice a couple of things. He should make it like the NHL divisions. He should have 8 teams in each division. Top four get in the playoffs for each division, which means he won't be able to separate the city teams. So like the Mets and Yankees will be in the same division. Because if he wants to keep it to where the teams aren't traveling as much, that is the best way to do it, is to group a bunch of local area teams together and have 2 big divisions instead of 4 small ones.
He wants the 4 small ones for travel. He doesn't want the 8 each like the NBA, which is not really a division. He just wants to keep it small in terms of the travel. I mean, you're still getting the same travel that he wants. They're still in the same league. They're just not in the same division. You don't have them playing multiple times.
Right, but as far as playoffs are concerned, NHL travel is the best because of how the divisions are set up. You get the Pacific Division versus the Mountain Division. I forget what the names of the division are.
I mean, they can see the playoffs how they want. The cut in the travel is you don't have any West Coast to East Coast games anymore. That was like the whole point. The whole point is the time zone and when the game starts. It guarantees that you're going to have a West Coast game in every playoff round and an East Coast game in every playoff round, like time-wise. Maybe it's a mountain time, whatever. So you have that later game that starts at a reasonable time instead of it starting at a awful time. I mean, how many people bitch, moan, and complain about like the Dodgers playing a 1 o'clock playoff game on a weekday?
And
it didn't make any sense.
And that's what the conference is.
Right, that's what they're going to do with the conferences. He didn't say anything about changing the playoffs. I mean, I'm sure they would change it.
The divisions, I think, is what would need to change a little bit. The conference is fine. I understand that. But
what's wrong with the divisions with being the 4x4? I mean, on the West, you don't have enough teams on the Western side. West of the Mississippi, there's not enough teams to make this happen. On the Eastern side, you could do that.
Yeah, you could do whatever you want.
And again, I threw these together in about 3 minutes in a break. But the more I look at it, the more it would be the Angels, Padres, Diamondbacks in Vegas, and the Dodgers would be with the Giants, with Portland, Salt Lake, and Seattle.
The thing you would, because obviously the history of the LA-San Francisco rivalry, but you wonder how much the current status of the Padre-Dodger rivalry would sway the decision in that.
Well, I would like to know like how much of what the scheduling would be like.
Yeah,
like, what's the scheduling really like?
Yeah.
I mean, you could, even though you're in the division, are you going to play them 1,000 times? Probably not. You still probably want to keep the we play everybody every year. I mean, there's 162 games. With the 32 format, it makes it math-wise, it's a lot more appealing. That's why the NFL does it. Yeah. It was perfect when they had played 16 games, but then they've made it more complicated by getting greedy. But the other divisions are San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, and the Angels, Colorado, Houston, Texas, Kansas City, St. Louis, Minnesota, Milwaukee, Chicago. I mean, they could all be tweaked, but that's essentially what it would look like. That would be the Western Conference. And then on the east side of things, think about this for a toxic division. Philly, Yankees, Boston, and Toronto.
I would switch because I see one that you have now. I would switch, and I'll tell you when you get there.
It's probably the hardest part was separating the Mets and the Yankees.
No, you should, because the way I'm looking at it, so you have Phillies, Yankees, Boston, Toronto, and Mets, Nationals, Orioles, Pirates. I would swap the Pirates and Phillies because the Mets don't really have a rival in that division. Washington's not a rival.
If they're doing this, I don't think they give a bleep about rivals. I don't think they do.
So then why are you so? Because if you don't care if they're,
I did it based on a map. That's based on a map.
No, I understand that. But if your thought is rivalry, and you even said that I can't see them doing LA and San Francisco out of the division.
No, I
out
didn't
of the
say
same
that.
division.
Somebody in this chat said that.
No, you said the more you look at it,
No, the more I look,
the more likely it would
that
be
was
that
based on travel.
Anaheim.
It would make no sense for the Padres to pass Anaheim to play the Dodgers as the Angels passed the Dodgers to go play San Francisco. Geographically, it didn't make any sense. I didn't say that from a rival perspective.
But I would still, baseball would do that. I could see baseball doing that to keep the Dodger Giant rivalry because it's the historic rivalry. Much in the same way you would have to keep the Yankees and Boston in the same division because that is a money maker for you as far as a rivalry.
With the schedule, they could do exactly what they do with the interleague rival, and they can make them play as many times as. I mean, they can make them play as many times as they want. They don't have to be in the same division.
But you also have that divisional race of those two teams at each other's neck, and both teams are watching it.
Or they both win their division. I can have both of the playoffs, and then it's a playoff game.
So there you go.
I'm just saying, like, to me, the rivalries are big for college sports and in professional baseball and professional sports. I don't think they care.
No,
I think they market it sometimes, but as long as they play each other multiple times and as long as they have an opportunity to play each other in the playoffs, does it really matter if they're in the same division or not?
I would like to beat the Phillies for a division title. That's just me, though.
I mean, I'd like to play the Dodgers all the time, but unfortunately, either the Giants or the Padres are not going to get the Dodgers in this new form. There's going to be you're going to break up so many of them anyway that if you're trying to preserve, it kind of throws off your entire deal. That's the whole. If he didn't put the rule in of the Yankees and Mets have to be in different divisions, I'd take Toronto out of that one division to be Philly, New York, Boston, and the Yankees. Yankees and the Mets. So you have Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, Phillies. I mean, that would be a fun division, but he wants the market separate.
Here's another look. Guys, let me see if I get him with this one. Wouldn't you want to see in September fighting for a division title at Yankee Stadium, Garrett Cole on the mound against Paul Skeens fighting for a division title?
Not really. That doesn't really move me.
Okay.
I don't care. They play so many games anyway, it doesn't even matter. I mean,
bet you'd move baseball.
And you know what? They could still schedule those games and the Pirates and the Yankees could be competing for a wild card spot. I mean, eventually they're all going to play each other. If it was like college football and there was no guarantee and you only have a 12-game schedule, and this guarantees they play each other all the time, then yes, but they play 162 games. Does it really matter what division they're in?
Honestly, I don't thinking about it, I don't think this would change the schedule all that much. If you're doing the everyone plays everyone like all the other leagues do, you're just adding one division, you're just adding one game in your conference. So you're playing all 15 teams.
Well,
now,
you only have 3 divisional opponents now instead of the 4.
Right, and that
frees up the new whatever. You could probably redo it where you're playing, everybody in your league 2 or 3 times, and
then you go
once,
and then you go across lines to play one series.
There's a lot of other factors to that.
I don't think the schedule changes all that much.
Anyway, Philly, Yankees, Boston, Toronto. The other division would be Miami, Atlanta, Tampa, and Nashville, kind of the Southeast division.
It's not a bad division, that.
No, I mean, Nashville makes it work because I was looking at the map, I forgot that the expansion team was a part of it. And I'm like, Washington? I don't know how that works. But Miami, Tampa, Atlanta, that doesn't take a lot of travel. Mets, Washington, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh. Probably not the greatest for the Mets in that particular case in terms of fun opponents.
No, because we get Pete Alonso every year.
And then the other division, is basically the same anyway. Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago, White Sox, and then they add Cincinnati to it. But that's essentially what Rob Manfred is proposing. Now, if they move things around for divisional rivalries, I would not be surprised. But would you rather have that? Or would you rather have it the way it is?
I'd rather have the new way.
I like the new way, too. I think it's not bad. I would rather see the Padres play the Giants and the Dodgers all the time because that's what we're used to. But I don't mind it. I really don't.
Would you rather play the Dodgers or would you rather get an easy division win every single year with the
I'd rather
Angels?
play the Dodgers.
Okay.
I mean, you're still going to make the playoffs probably more times than not. Because how the playoffs would be, it's at that point, if they do that, they're expanding to 8 teams on each side. They're going to do that.
Right.
They're not
So
going to
it'd
have
be
6.
it would be
have
the
8.
top 2 from each division.
Or they'll take they'll take all the division winners. They'll do what the NFL does. And
Or
they'll take a bunch of wild cards, right? You'll just take the next best 4. I think that's the most fair. Most second places will win, but then it eliminates a situation where you have a very bad division and the second place isn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe there's a division where you can get 3 teams in, like you've seen in the NFL. So that's how I think that's gonna play out. I think you're gonna get 4 division champs. I think you're gonna get 4 at large. The division champs will all host. They'll reseed the 4 at large, and they'll play. I don't mind it. I think it's not bad. Will the players like it? Probably not. They'd hate everything that the owners put together. But this is going to be interesting contract negotiations, Frank.
Yeah, like I said, my only gripe with this is I would switch Philadelphia to Pittsburgh. But other than that, that's just a tiny.
That's because you want to play. It's the same.
It's
the same as the Padres Dodgers.
Yeah, but you got it
right.
So you get what you want. I don't get what I want, and we go to break on that.
Guess who's the number 1 farm system in Major League Baseball? According to executives, you want to know? We'll tell you when you come back. And also hear more from Rob Manfred. Braden Surprenant Show, Standing Summer Sports Station, 97.3 The Fan. 12:40 on the Fan on a Friday, on a Gene Richards Friday, Frank. Happy Gene Richards Day.
Yep. No one else in San Diego Padre history that wore number 19 that would mean anything significant. Happy Gene Richards Day on a Friday.
It's also Tony Gwynn Day.
Oh, that's the other guy. That's
Tony
right.
Gwynn's got a lot of days, though, right? He's got his birthday and stuff like that. They have a Tony Gwynn Day in the summertime. I
wonder what happened to that guy.
Yeah.
Was he any good?
He was great.
Oh, well, good for him.
Legend. It's Tony Gwynn Jr. Day yesterday. Happy Gene Richards Day. I love using that as a trivia question. Who was the only other Padre to wear 19? Gene Richards. Did it for one season.
And go Aztecs, since you were the one that brought it up. This is the last day of that gimmick until February 1st.
Because there's no
triple-digit numbers. So.
120. I mean, you could also mix in some other stuff, probably.
Yeah, probably could, but
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So at least we know. Well, next up, I think obviously would be Ken Caminiti Day. Would be February 1st.
True. All right. We got a source telling us that Ottawa Senator story might have more truth to it than people want to believe. Apparently, it goes against what the owner said. So
yeah,
that's what we have on that information. So all I have to say about the matter is pay attention more to the Ottawa Senators goalie situation. And if you don't know what that means, just Google it. You'll find out. But apparently, the team is in turmoil.
Yeah. If the guy did tweet as a response, he's like, okay, you can believe whatever you want to believe, but when Linus Ullmark never plays another game as an Ottawa Senator, come back to this tweet.
We'll see. I don't know. Did anybody wish Tony Gwynn Jr. yesterday on their show from the chat? It was Tony Gwynn Jr. today?
We did.
I know we did. All right. 833-288-973. 833-288-973. We need to get a contestant for a midday sports standoff. If you could take me down in some sports trivia, you'd be qualified for a chance to win our grand prize, 2 tickets to Sammy Hagar at Dolby Live at Park MGM, at 2-night stay at Park MGM Las Vegas, and a $100 gas card. Sammy Hagar returns to Las Vegas with his best of all worlds Las Vegas residency. Get ready to rock with your favorite hits from the Van Halen years, Sammy solo hits, and more, only in Las Vegas this March 11th. Through the 21st and September 18th to the 26th at Dolby Live at Park MGM. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. 1 o'clock, we're going to be doing our biggest fan contest. Are we giving away Aztec tickets again?
Oh, no, that means I haven't updated the thing.
Foul out Friday. There's another foul. Foul on Frank, man.
He draws the foul.
Okay, going to break, I asked, do you know the number one farm system is according to a poll of MLB executives? I broke the news to Frank. Who wants to give a guess on who the number one farm system in baseball is going into the season, as according to the MLB Pipeline executive poll, where they asked a bunch of executives in Major League Baseball who they think the number one farm system in baseball is? Anybody want to give a wild guess?
I mean, you'd have to think it's a team that's always building out a minor league system now.
Right?
Like Baltimore.
Right? They've had some good squads.
Tampa Bay usually really good at bringing up prospects.
Not them.
Miami just got another 2 top 10 prospects from another organization.
I mean, like, the Angels and the Rockies have been so bad for so long. You would think they would have loaded up on prospects by now.
No, because they're just broken organizations, period.
What about Miami?
Yeah,
they've been trading away tons of players, right?
Yeah, I just said Miami.
Trading away a lot of players.
Top 15 prospects.
Oaklamento got a lot of young guys.
Jack Wilson being a major leaguer, I think, might have knocked them down a little bit.
While I tell you the answer, Frank, get us a contestant for the midday sports standoff. The number one farm system in Major League Baseball, according to MLB execs, so other people that evaluate players at a professional level, it's the Los Angeles Dodgers. So they have the best payroll in baseball. They have the best team in baseball 2 years in a row. And they now have the best farm system in baseball, according to MLB execs. I keep trying to tell people, you can't just, you have to invest money in this stuff to be good at it. You could say everything you want about, if we draft and develop, we're going to be able to compete. Well, you have to pump money into that. And everybody's got a finite amount of resources except for maybe the Dodgers, who can pay, can pay to get their players the best, or they can just go buy the best players when it doesn't work out. I'm telling you, this is why you need a salary cap. Anybody that's old school that had the conversation of, you could just draft and develop, the Dodgers are the best at that too, because they have the resources to do it. Because the resources at the beginning, the resources used for the baseball organization, the Major League Baseball organization, is way different than the money that they need for the minor leagues. And there's only so many pools you could pull from. I don't know how they have more resources than the Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, and Cubs. What are they doing that nobody else can do? How do they have so much more money than everybody else? Deferments, maybe? Anything else like that? We'll see. All right. Do we have a contestant?
We does have.
You were chatting with them for I was trying to just. Left me hanging.
We does have a contestant. She is very excited, but we does have a contestant.
All right. Let's get to the contestant. Let's get to the midday sports standoff.
Welcome to Midday Sports Standoff on the Braden Surprenant Show.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right now.
The ultimate head-to-head battle where sports knowledge and quick thinking collide.
No, he's no good. Are you kidding me?
Contestants will go toe-to-toe with Braden in a sports trivia deal where every correct answer brings them closer to victory.
Down the sideline! Wow! Unbelievable!
But 3 strikes and it's game over.
This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
Can you outsmart Braden? The Midday Sports Standoff starts now.
All right, who we got playing today? Turn your mic on.
We have a mic that's off. We have Sarah in North Park. Sarah, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. So as I said, Sarah, very excited. And the reason why we were on the phone for so long is because I was explaining the rules, which I'm going to do again.
Which you have to do on the air anyway.
Yes, I do. So the topic for today is there are 19 teams that have made
19 different teams?
Yes, 19 teams that have made a college football semifinal game. So you just have to give me which team has made it to a semifinal game. Don't have to win it, just have to have made it there. Sarah, you will get the first pick. Braden will get next, and we'll alternate from there. If you get 3 answers wrong, you are out. If you tie, which you can't do since it's an odd number, if you beat Braden, if you get more correct answers than Braden, then you will be qualified. So, Sarah, you ready to go?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. So, again, teams that have made the college football playoff semifinals, the round that we're in right now. Sarah, you have the first pick.
Okay. And I just say the teams, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alabama.
Good start.
Alabama has been to the most college football semifinals at 9.
There's 19 of these things?
Yes.
Okay.
I got the next pick. I'm going to just get out of the way. My TCU Horned Frogs have made the college football playoff.
Yes, TCU has been once.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yep, it is your turn.
Okay. Florida State?
Florida
State has made it. They've made it once.
As Go Aztecs said in the chat, Sarah. Say it with some confidence, girl. Let's
go.
go.
Say it on your chest.
Say it with some confidence. So we've said Alabama, TCU, Florida State.
Yes.
Oregon, who's playing in it tonight. They've been multiple times.
Oregon, this is their second trip. Sarah?
Okay, Texas.
Texas has been twice. Sarah's on a roll. Braden.
Adam Klug's Georgia Bulldogs.
Yes, Georgia has been 3 times. Sarah.
Okay. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame has been 4 times. Yes. We're rolling.
We are rolling. The Michigan Wolverines.
Michigan has been 3 times. Sarah.
Okay, Washington.
Washington has been twice. Sarah knows her stuff.
Oh, I'm on a roll.
Washington has been twice.
Have you said Ohio State yet?
We have not said Ohio State yet. They have been the most. They've been second most. They've been 8 times. Sarah.
Clemson.
Clemson has been 7 times, 3rd most.
All right. Who else has been? Have we said Joe Burrow's LSU Tigers?
LSU has only been once.
Okay, Miami.
Miami, first time there last night. They are on their way to their first final since 2002.
Now we're getting to the nitty gritty.
There's still one big name out there that we've.
I think I know it.
Okay, well, hold on to it.
Well, this isn't a big name, but the Cincinnati Bearcats made it in 2021.
I did this game with my friend last night. That was the one he didn't get. So
there's one more I got up my sleeve on that one. There's another big name. Oh, I know which one.
LSU.
I just said that one.
He said LSU already.
Try again.
Oh, do I get to say another one?
Yes,
sure.
Yes.
Okay. Penn State.
Penn State, yes. Their one and only trip was last year.
They were 1 game away. How many teams we got left?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 left. One of them has been multiple times.
One of them has been multiple times. Are we counting this year too?
Yes, we are counting this year too.
Well, Indiana's in it, so
right. Indiana's playing tonight. Sarah?
I would say Texas Christian, TCU.
He already said it.
It's my
Go
school.
again.
I picked him first.
And we said Washington State.
We did not say Washington State.
No,
the
Washington
the
State
Cougs have
has
not made it.
So, Sarah, you got 1 strike on you. You're okay.
One of my
You're
buddies
fine.
is a Coug watching right now.
You're fine. You
Sorry,
got 2
Matt.
strikes
I
left.
haven't made it yet. All right. You said there's a big name we haven't said yet?
Yes, there is a huge name.
Oh,
here.
this is the one. Boomer Sooner. Oklahoma.
Yes, that was the one.
They've never won.
No, they have not won, but they
0
have
for
been
5. Zonder, 0 for 5.
So now we have 2 teams left.
I know
Sarah,
one of them.
you have to get it.
Okay. Did we say Michigan?
We did.
Yes.
Think about last
And
night's
Michigan
game.
State.
Think about last night's game.
Okay.
We already said one of them. You said one of them.
Sorry. Did we say Oklahoma?
I
yes,
just
did. Yes.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
I'm gonna have to give you a strike because we're running up on time.
All right.
USC?
How many teams? No, USC
There's
has not
2.
made it.
No, USC
There's 2
has not
teams
made it.
left.
There's 2 teams left.
And one played last night.
One played last night.
Who did she say last night?
It's the Miami.
Oh. I'm gonna drop the Michigan State on everybody because they were in the second college football playoff.
Yes,
and got
Michigan
absolutely
State
smoked.
Michigan State has made it. Sarah, unfortunately, that means Braden got 10, and there's 19, so you would not be able to beat him. I am sorry. It was a hell of a game, though. That was a hell of a game, though.
Very valiant effort for Sarah. I don't know. Should she qualify?
Yeah, well,
that was a pretty good performance
impressive.
out of
that
Sarah.
Was very impressive.
How about that? Adam, she was going to get cooked. Sorry, Sarah. Not familiar with your game. 1 o'clock hour next.
Tony Gwynn Jr. here, and one thing you will always get on our show is Padres Talk. We'll talk about the biggest news, reports, and give our thoughts all off season long from 2 to 6 p.m. on your home for Padres Baseball, 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready for a new you in the new year? The SD Fat Loss Program has helped thousands of frustrated men and women feel confident in their clothes, boost their energy, and finally feel like themselves again. So what's the secret? SD Fat Loss uses a science-proven plan to help reset your metabolism and lose up to 1 pound of fat per day without dangerous drugs or exercise. And right now is the perfect time to start. Due to the overwhelming demand, SD Fat Loss has extended their huge New Year's sale, over 20% off for a limited time only.
Hey, it's Grabian. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days with SD Fat Loss in their program. They did what I needed and set the program up. All I had to do was follow it. It's that easy.
Whether you want to love what you see in the mirror again, boost your energy, fit better in your clothes, or feel more confident and healthier as you age, SD Fat Loss works. Huge New Year's sale is ending soon. Schedule your free consultation today at sdfatloss.com and lock in your savings. That's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
Enjoy more ways to save at Ralph's, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Ralph's app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Ralph's, SoCal for over 150 years. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
When you mix and match 5 or more participating items, you'll save $1 each with your card. Philadelphia cream cheese, Progresso soup, and more. Ralph's, SoCal for over 150 years.
We finally switched to T-Mobile because with them, we can be connected here and there.
Let's watch a movie.
And we have Netflix included to enjoy our favorite shows and movies.
¿Qué tal está? Bacanísima, pero ya la vi.
Now the hard part is getting them to agree on a movie.
Switch today and get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with Galaxy AI, all on America's best network. Visit a store, T-Mobile.com, or call 1-800-T-Mobile. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla. Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. Receive Netflix standard with ads on us with qualifying plans.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh
I agree with Adam in the chat. Sorry, Sarah, did not, what did he say? I have to go back and find it. Was not familiar with your game. She did a pretty good job.
No, she did a fantastic job. She was uber excited too.
Yeah, once you said that at the beginning, once you said the question was college football, Jocelyn and Adam both like, oh, she's cooked. Yeah. I'm glad Zonder got my shout out too. 0-5, dog. Oklahoma, 0-5 in the college football playoff. Makes you think. 1 o'clock hour. Okay, we still got a lot of stuff to get to when it comes to.
We got too much to get to.
When it comes to Rob Manfred, we got a lot of stuff to get to when it comes to the wild card weekend. We got a lot to get to for college football tonight. I mean, so much in just an hour. And on top of that, did you update the biggest fan?
No, I have the biggest fan today.
Okay. All right. Today's biggest fan is
Mark Matsunaga in Chula Vista. Matsunaga. Mark Matsunaga in Chula Vista.
Give us a call the next 10 minutes at 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973, and you will qualify for a grand prize, 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey suite at a Padres game with all the fan staff later this season, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Remember to register your name at 97thefan.com/biggest fan. Biggest fan is
Mark Matsunaga in Chula Vista. Matsunaga.
There it is. All right. Today's biggest fan. Max Kepler gets hit with an 80-game suspension for PED use. Did you see that today?
I did see that, yes.
Was he on the Philly? When did he get hit with the suspension? When he's on the
Earlier
Phillies or the Twins? He's a free agent now.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember what team. What team was he on last year? Was he on the Phillies?
I believe he was a Philly. Yeah.
I'd love to see all these. What happened to all the Philly fans, dude? Talking about Max Kepler. Right? Weren't they all upset about Fernando Tatis and booing him because he was a cheater? Are they going to do that to Max Kepler now? Free agent?
Yeah. They.
I mean, he did that while he was on your team, right? It's only fair. You guys care about the game so much, care about the rights of the game so much.
Listen.
Oh, we don't care anymore because he was on our team. Oh,
exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
He's our guy.
Only 18 home runs. Obviously, didn't get his money's worth. MLB announced today that free agent outfielder Max Kepler has received an 80-game suspension after testing positive for something that I can't pronounce, a performance-enhancing substance in violation of Major League Baseball's Joint Drug Prevention and Treatment Program.
Busted for using that thing.
It's spelled EPITRENBOLONE. Add a G in there, and you would call it epitrenin baloney, but it's not that. Bologna? I don't know what it is, but he got suspended for it. So he will have to serve 80 games once he gets signed, which I don't know if he is getting signed at this point.
We never claim to be doctors or physicians.
No,
or
we do not.
On this show.
Yeah. Pederol. Rod knows. Rod's well-rounded.
That's
Rod knows a lot of ball.
No, Rod, that's epidural, dude.
Oh,
that's not.
Come on, boo, Rod. All right. Well, Max Kepler's been suspended, so there's that. Let's get to other baseball news with Rob Manfred.
No, go Aztecs. We've given away people from Oceanside for the biggest fan.
We have. We haven't given away to first name Go, last name Aztecs yet, but close. Okay, let's get to the next thing that Rob Manfred talked about. And obviously and I think we can combine these next two with the deal breaker of the salary cap and the work stoppage. Let's start with the Rob Manfred on the concern over a work stoppage. He was on the Craig Carton show on our sister station, WFAN, and he had a lot to talk about when it comes to Major League Baseball. There was one other thing that he said that they didn't clip off because it didn't make a lot of sense. We'll talk about that later on too. But here's what Rob Manfred, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, said on the concern over a work stoppage in 2027.
I came inside at baseball in 1998. We have always played through 5 or 6 rounds of bargaining. We have always played 162 games. Okay. All I can tell you is that when I came, my goal was to make sure that every time we bargained, we played 162, and that's my goal this time around. We haven't even started the process. And, candid conversation about, we see things that need to be addressed. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make this proposal or that proposal. I think we have to wait and see how things unfold at the table. We got lots and lots of time to work on it. And the most important thing for fans is certainly my goal to make sure that we played 162 games next year. I came inside of.
So that's talking about the concern over a work stoppage in 2027.
We also found out that Rob Manfred came inside of baseball in 1999.
Fouling you.
I mean, he said it.
Foul. You brought it back
He
up.
said it.
We all tried to ignore that. Everybody ignored it. Nobody was saying anything.
Phrasing.
Are you kidding me? That's a tech. Bang. Go to the bench. I don't care if he said it or not. I'm Ron Burgundy? Are you kidding me?
By the way, the knocking that you keep hearing in these clips is Manfred hitting the table in front of him. That's what the knocking in these clips is.
That is a foul on Frank. It's a foul on Friday.
It is a foul Friday. We got an hour left in the show.
Even Nate brings up a good point. Even Nate kept his mouth shut.
I
mean, think about all the people in our YouTube chat that are always all over this stuff. They all were like, "Nah, we're gonna let this one slide. It's kind of awkward." Frank immediately, bang.
Listen,
that's because it's Rob Manfred related.
It's Friday. It's 1:00. I had a foul to give. I picked my spot. I picked my spot. I had a foul to give.
Frank fouled up 3. Unbelievable. Rod gave you some red cards. Okay. That's everything I thought Rob Manfred would say about a work stoppage. He doesn't think there's going to be a work stoppage, obviously. He doesn't want there to be a work stoppage. They haven't even started negotiating yet because 2026 hasn't even happened yet. Not super crazy. Let's talk about the salary cap a little bit. This has obviously been the big focal point of these next labor negotiations. So let's get to Rob Manfred on the Craig Carton Show on WFAN talking about if a salary cap is a deal breaker.
If the union is telling you steadfastly, we will never agree to a cap, but you guys collectively think a cap's the only way for future success financially for the sport, you still sit down and talk about it, right? At a negotiation.
Yeah.
Does it become a deal breaker? Like we can't get a CBA done if there's no movement on that?
That's a Tony Clark question. I mean, it really is. I have never, and, really, until I got elected commissioner, all I did was labor relations. That's how I made my living. I've never been in a negotiation where before the first piece of paper went across the table, I or anyone I represented was out there saying, this we absolutely will not talk about. I just think it's a hard way to begin a negotiation.
There's a lot of corporate answers there. I mean, yeah, that can't be a Rob Manfred question because Rob Manfred and company want the salary cap.
Yes.
It's not a deal breaker for them. That's what they want. It might be a deal breaker for the other side, but that's a question for Tony Clark of whether or not it's a deal breaker. I think it's the best for baseball.
Fortunately, Tony Clark answered that question for us.
He had a couple of things that he answered, but I don't know how much of it was with that in particular. He did have this to say. This is a report from Evan Drelich. This is from Tony Clark. He said, but if their true interest is to blow up the very system on which our streak of uninterrupted seasons have been built with the game reaching record highs, that would be a self-defeating miscalculation of massive proportions, according to Tony Clark. But he also has that on something else that Rob Manfred said that we also want to get into. And that is the conversation about a free agency deadline in Major League Baseball. And after this clip, we'll fully discuss everything that Rob Manfred has discussed on the Craig Carton Show. But here's what he said about implementing a free agent deadline to try to sign guys before you can't do it anymore.
Hold on, Twitter's being Twitter.
It's X now, so.
Yeah, it's not working is basically what's happening. All right, here we go.
The proposal really was not about trying to alter the terms of deals one direction or another. I'm kind of a believer in you have a deadline. You're going to make the same deal, give or take,
Right.
if you string it out. I think the reason I was interested in, I think that like from the 1st of December to the 20th, if we had a period in there when all that free agency activity went on, it's a great marketing opportunity for the game at a point in the calendar when, you're not quite in the NFL playoffs, the NBA is still kind of early. And, it's a great chance to kind of own some off-season weeks, which is crucial to selling season tickets. So that's why I was in.
Do you look? I'm going to ask you a question. I know it's hard for you to answer because how can you possibly put yourself in the brains of the players and the union reps?
Yeah.
But was there a legitimate reason from them why they were opposed to it?
Yeah, I mean, what they said back, I can only tell you what they said.
Yeah.
I don't know what was in their heads, but what they said back was they thought that kind of deadline would work to the disadvantage of the players. And, I don't put much credence in this. Let's face it, on both sides of these negotiations, there's really sophisticated people who negotiate for a living all the time. You tell them whatever the hell the rules are, it's all going to turn out the same, no matter what they're,
right.
It's the money is the money. So, but that's what they said. But I do think it is something, that would help the game in terms of maintaining interest during the offseason.
Yeah, no.
He's right and he's wrong on that, right? Like, honestly, for an entertainment perspective, it's great. Would it not be great, Frank, to have a month of free agency and then there's a deadline and so you're getting just transaction after transaction after transaction? Yes, absolutely.
That's why the NBA free agency is so exciting.
Why their off-season's
because
crazy.
it's like a 5-day period where you sign free agents.
Right. The downside is like, well, what happens if you miss the deadline? Now you can't play? Right? Like there has to be another opening window that happens or something like that where you're allowed to add to your roster or take off your roster. I mean, there has to be something like that is in place because you tell me Kyle Tucker couldn't come to a deal with somebody and so now he's not playing? Right? So like that's what the players are worried about, which is, I think, a legitimate gripe.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's a legitimate gripe. But I think there should be some type of timeline because it takes way too long to get teams settled and you start to forget about baseball and the NFL takes over and the NBA takes over, the NHL takes over. And Rob Manfred's right. I mean, he's 20 years behind the NFL in trying to keep each month a major event for his sport, to keep interest going throughout the year for his sport. That's his job.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you are that far behind is you have to pick at the scraps of what's left.
But the reality of the situation is what's best for the league and having success is not always best for the players. It's not. Because what's best for the league, they have to implement some stuff that does eliminate some freedoms for the players. And that's what the players are fighting for, which is their right individually. But the individual concerns of the players should not outweigh the major concern of the overall league if you're looking at it from a business perspective. Because even though if you don't have, their argument is, well, if you don't have us, you don't have a game. They still have a game. They just don't have you guys individually. Maybe not have the best players in the world, but what's best for the league is what's best for the fans. What's best for the fans is a lot of this entertainment that's going to continue to pump money into the league that eventually pays the players. And so all these ideas, the players are going to scoff at all these ideas. They have it great right now. They just show up, they play baseball, they get massive amounts of money. They don't have to do anything outside of the baseball season. I mean, they get to play a child's game for more money than most of us will ever see in our lifetimes. They get them enough money in the same year. And you can say everything you want about the billionaire owners making all this money too. Yeah, well, it's their business. They're the ones that inherit all the risk. So, in my opinion, I think it'd be good for baseball they have to try to find a way to be competitive with the other leagues for as long of time as possible. And if that means putting in a free agent deadline to make the offseason like the NBA and as exciting as the NBA, then they have to do that. If that means putting in a split season and a in-season tournament, then they're going to do that. That's what they have to do to make money. That's what's best for the game if it's best for the fans. Now, he didn't WFAN didn't clip that part off, and they played on the morning show. It wasn't a lot said, but Rob Manfred kind of like alluded to changing some of the schedule in terms of doing a split season where you split the season in half, kind of like they do in minor leagues. He talked about like an in-season tournament. I mean, baseball's trying to get very creative and to get more eyeballs to their product because they're losing out to the NFL. And they're losing out to a lot of other sports in the United States. Now, how many, did anybody see, I'd like to know if anybody saw this yesterday. I saw it yesterday. I think this is a good time to bring it up now. John Wilner retweeted it, but the Sports Business Journal put out the top 100 telecasts of 2025. In fact, they even talked about the top 200 most watched telecasts in 2025. If you look at the top telecasts of 2025, the top 200, sports accounted for 181 of the 200 most watched telecasts in 2025, equating for 90.5% of the overall top 200 television events. You got some new life in the college football where they set a new high watermark with 8 games in the top 100 amid the expanded college football playoff field, which is good news for college football. But if you look at the top 100 telecasts of 2025, the NFL, and I told Frank this yesterday, I wonder if he can guess. The NFL got every spot except for how many?
In the top 100?
Top 100.
I think you said like 15 or something like that.
16.
16.
The NFL had the dominant top 100 except for 16 spots. And in the top 50, they had 45 of the top 50 spots in the top 100 telecasts of 2025. You want to know how many baseball had?
Probably 3.
Out of the entire top 100, you want to know how many were baseball games?
3.
1.
Oh, wow.
It was Game 6 of the Dodgers-Blue Jays World Series. That was it. You look at the other things that were in the top 100 telecasts of 2025. And because we got to take a break. In the top 50, there was one in the top 25 that wasn't in the NFL, and it was President Trump's address to the joint session of Congress. That came at number 9. 28. Actually, no, I lied. There were 2 games. There were 2 games in the top 100. World Series Game 7 was 28 on the list. Game 6 was in the top 100. They were like 96. They got 2. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade was 30. President Trump's inauguration was 47. College football playoff national championship between Ohio State and Notre Dame was 49. You look at the rest of the bottom half of the top 50, the other ones that aren't on there that are not football are mostly college football. College football quarterfinal, playoff game quarterfinal, Rose Bowl, quarterfinal Cotton Bowl, Ohio State, Texas, quarterfinal Miami, Ohio State of this year. College football, just a regular season game, Ohio State, Michigan, Big Ten Championship, Ohio State, Indiana, Capital One Orange Bowl, Notre Dame, Penn State. All of those games were better than Game 6 of the World Series ratings-wise. The Kentucky Derby outdid World Series Game 6. How about that, Frank? The Academy Awards outdid Game 6 of the World Series at number 72, most watched. The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl was the only college football game that didn't beat the Game 6 of the World Series. NCAA National Championship for basketball, Florida and Houston was 88, which also beat Dodgers Blue Jays Game 6 of the World Series. This is why Rob Manfred's trying to do all these things. He needs to get more of the audience back to America's pastime. And that's what is his job to do. And you know what? It's going to be different. And it's not going to coincide with what Major League Baseball players want. And that's why this is going to get crazy.
And I think he also might have a little bit less to lose since he's not going for a restructuring of his contract, because he did confirm yesterday on WFAN that he is not, once his contract is up in 2029, he's done. He's not
done.
going to be the commissioner beyond 2029.
I mean, why would you sign up to do that? You get paid very lucratively. You're hated by everybody, and you got to deal with these labor negotiations all the time. 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. When we come back, we got a preview of the NFL. We got a fun weekend in NFL football. 5 of the 6 games you can hear right here on 97.3 The Fan. When we come back, quick look at the NFL Whip Around Playoff Edition. Braden Surprenant Show.
Bet tonight.
Not a bad idea.
That I'll have more hits than you.
Let's do it right now.
How much you want to bet?
We'll do $5.
Oh God!
Oh, it hits well in the air. Oh, sick, dude. What a great leadoff! What a great leadoff!
Yeah. You want to be mic'd up?
Oh. No, Rick. There's the Joel we know. Well, you're lucky I'm a huge target at first, dude.
Someone gassed.
Shell's got to get us in, though. We're screwed next at bat. That's not great.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
Zion. Are you? That is the saddest thing. Are you insane? That is sad. No confidence.
You better get a hit
Yeah,
now.
it's like Moneyball. He's got no confidence. Ugly girlfriend.
Come on, Sam.
Oh, hose him.
Oh, we got it. Can we get a first baseman I can catch? One time, Matt. Nice. All right.
Glasses on too. That's why.
Oh, damn it. Can we score some runs? Play first base. All of a sudden, it's locked down.
Who bats after Q?
I think it's the other team.
God.
Go! Go!
Show Braden how to run home.
Oh, damn it. Got onto that bat.
Hey, the Surprenant suck.
Come on, Cello.
I can play cello.
Oh, look at the throw.
Oh my God.
Oh, pick me, dude. You can't see it. It sucks.
I can't see anything.
Oh, I crawled back. Did you ask him to buy you a beer after that?
Hey.
Got us beer, dude.
You serious right now?
He does.
Dude, yeah, Ethan, seriously, dude.
I know. Hey, Ethan, sit next one. You don't boo nobodies. That's what I'm hearing.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Nice ball, Matt. Nice job.
I'm the best.
Hey, good job. Hey, we won. Nice job. Good job.
Good game, guys. Good game. Good game. Where do you want me to sign, sir?
Like where you're always.
Don't set the Fox.
No, nobody makes me sign. But I'll whatever you need for your kids or whatever, like sign ball or anything. Let me know.
You're all over it.
Bet tonight.
Not a bad idea.
That I'll have more hits than you.
Let's do it right now.
How much you want to bet?
We'll do $5.
Oh God!
Oh, it hits well in the air. Oh, sick, dude. What a great leadoff. What a great leadoff.
Yeah. You want to be mic'd up?
Oh. No, Rick. There's the Joel we know. Well, you're lucky I'm a huge target at first, dude.
Someone gassed.
Shell's got to get us in, though. We're screwed next at bat. That's not great.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right.
Zion. Are you? That is the saddest thing. Are you insane? That is sad. No confidence.
You better get a hit
Yeah,
now.
it's like Moneyball. He's got no confidence. Ugly girlfriend.
Come on, Sam.
Oh, Hose him!
Oh, we got it. Can we get a first baseman that can catch? One time, Matt. Nice. All right.
Glasses on too, that's why.
Oh, damn it. Can we score some runs? Play first base. All of a sudden, it's locked down.
Who bats after Q?
I think it's the other team.
Go!
Score!
Go!
Show Braden how to run home.
Oh, damn it. Got onto that bad.
Hey, the Surprenant suck.
Come on, Cello.
I can play Cello.
Oh, look at the throw.
Oh my God.
Oh, pick me, dude. You can't see it. It sucks.
I can't see anything.
Oh, I crawled back. Hey, did you ask him to buy you a beer after that?
Hey.
Got us beer, dude.
Out there, dude. You serious right now?
He does. Dude, yeah, Ethan, seriously, dude. All guests on 97 to the Fan are brought to you by the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future. We're in charge of the crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. We have a couple of minutes here, and then we do have to get to our NFL preview. But I do want to mention this happened earlier this morning. We saw the report and saw the release by the San Diego Padres that they are going to host a celebration of life for Randy Jones on January 24th. That is a Saturday. Padres today announced plans to honor Cy Young Award winner and Padres alumnus Randy Jones with a celebration of life ceremony at Petco Park on Saturday, January 24th at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Current and former Padres team executives, family members, and special guest speakers will be in attendance for the celebration of life. Admission is free, though fans interested in attending are required to claim digital tickets that are available now at padres.com/events. The home plate gate opens at 10 in the morning for those attending, and seating is available on a first-come, first-served basis. Parking is free of charge and is available in neighboring Padres-controlled lots, including the Lexus Premier Lot, Tailgate Lot, and Padres Parkade. Standard Petco Park entry policies are in place for the ceremony. So, celebration in life, open to the public for Randy Jones will be on Saturday, January 24th at 11 a.m. If you would like to attend, please go to padres.com/events to get your free tickets. Gates will open at Petco Park at 10 in the morning. Again, a legend that we lost not too long ago. And I had spent a lot of time, at least in this job, working with Randy and working alongside Randy. And it was such a treat to talk to him when I was able to. So rest easy, Randy, and hopefully we can see a lot of you guys out there at the celebration of life on January 24th. We have to take a quick break. When we come back, NFL preview as we get you ready for the NFL weekend. 2 games tomorrow, 3 games on Sunday, and 1 on Monday. We'll get to our playoff NFL whip around when we come back on the Braden Surprenant Show, San Diego's number 1 sports station, 97 to the Fan.
Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Oh, there we go.
Did the director's cabinet give you that shirt? Just block out the noise and just swing it? We got a bunch of guys that let the noise get into their heads and they're swinging the club.
Okay. Oh, I like to think I'm making Kyle better. I've been hitting balls down the middle and Kyle's side. No, that's not good enough. All right, what goes further? Braden's drive or me throwing the football here?
Oh!
Shot.
Wow. Hey, put that one in between commercials.
Rocks.
The next group coming up too.
Ow! I don't know how good it is. Punch. 1840. Ha ha.
Phillip Rivers. He played quarterback in high school, by the way.
Falcon. They didn't have many quarterbacks in Colorado.
Falcon we got here. How we
I could just put it in my bag.
Do you have one of those? Do you have one of these? We didn't win, but.
Wow! That's Gary's 7th mulligan. I think I'll pick up that other one.
Cigar
I'm
guy.
gonna trade myself to there.
That's not a bad putt. Cut. Get there!
Oh, we got a bird, right? Under now. That was a great putt by you, by the way. I don't know why you want to be on camera.
What? One. Hey, bud. Go. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Did the director's cabinet give you that shirt? Did you block out the noise and just swing it? We got a bunch of guys that let the noise get into their heads and they're swinging the club. Okay. I like to think I'm making Kyle better. I've been hitting balls down the middle and Kyle's side. No, that's not good enough. All right, what goes further? Braden's drive or me throwing the football here?
Oh!
Shot.
Wow. Hey, put that one in between commercials.
Rocks. The next group coming up too. Ow! I don't know how good it is.
Punch. 1840. Ha ha.
I mean, Phillip Rivers.
God. He played quarterback in high school, by the way.
Falcon. They didn't have many quarterbacks in Colorado.
Falcon. We got here. How we
I could just put it in my bag. Do you have one of those? Do you have one of these? We didn't win, but.
Wow! That's Gary's 7th mulligan. I think I'll pick up that other one.
Cigar guy.
Trade myself to there.
That's not a bad putt. Cut. Get there!
Oh, we got a bird, right? Under now. That was a great putt by you, by the way. I don't know why you want to be on camera.
What? One. Hey, bud. Go. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Did the director's cabinet give you that shirt? Did you block out the noise and just swing it? We got a bunch of guys that let the noise get into their heads and they're swinging the club. Okay. I like to think I'm making Kyle better. I've been hitting balls down the middle and Kyle's side. No, that's not good enough. All right, what goes further? Braden's drive or me throwing the football here?
Oh!
Shot.
Wow. Hey, put that one in between commercials.
Rocks. The next group coming up too. Ow! I don't know how good it is.
Punch. 1840. Ha ha.
I mean, Phillip Rivers.
God. He played quarterback in high school, by the way.
Falcon. They didn't have many quarterbacks in Colorado.
Falcon. We got here. How we
I could just put it in my bag. Do you have one of those? Do you have one of these? We didn't win, but.
Wow! That's Gary's 7th mulligan. I think I'll pick up that other one.
Cigar guy.
Trade myself to there.
That's not a bad putt. Cut. Get there!
Oh, we got a bird, right? Under now. That was a great putt by you, by the way. I don't know why you want to be on camera.
What? One. Hey, bud. Go. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Oh.
No mustache.
But it's your face, dude.
It is.
It's yours.
She does
your
go.
Face.
It is your face. You could do with it what you will, but I do not like it. That is a.
It's a strongly worded suggestion.
That is
what
a.
That is.
Absolutely not. You're not growing out your mustache again. Here's the thing, too. My mom also doesn't like the mustache. Neither does my sister. So you know what? That's kind of like 3 against 1 in terms of the important women in my life.
But there's only one that matters.
And it's my decision. Maybe I'll have a mustache on Monday.
I'm just letting you know. I speak all this big talk right now, But if my friend said that they didn't like my beard or mustache because I'm too lazy to shave, it's gone. So I say all of this big talk, letting you know that, I would do the exact same thing you're doing right now.
Did we keep a spreadsheet on the best places for first dates?
No, I did not.
You do have to. I can't wait to hear when the first time you get to use the glider port.
You'll know.
Just I don't. You know what I don't know. You know what I don't.
He draws the foul.
It's foul out Friday. You know what I don't want to have you do? Get super excited that you decide to see. You can't find a girl on Hinge or Tinder or Bumble or whatever the heck they are now.
God,
you can't.
Me first.
You can't find one that jumps out of an airplane because she's gonna want to jump off the cliff on a hang glider, and I don't want to see you do that.
I'm cool with that.
You're gonna do that?
I would do that. Yeah.
I don't know how you're a thrill seeker, but you don't want to go talk to people. It's a different level of thrill. Different type of adrenaline rush. Wouldn't that be an adrenaline rush for you?
It's so funny that you mentioned that because I literally sent a thing to my friend the other day that it's a guy driving a race car saying, I don't know how to explain how this is less scary than talking to a girl.
Well, that's like the entire situation where it's like number one fear in the United States is public speaking. Number two is death.
I don't mind public speaking.
The guy would
clearly don't mind public speaking.
Most people would rather be in the coffin than giving the eulogy.
Yes. Yeah.
We're going to find out this weekend when we hit PB with Frank.
Yeah, brother.
He's got it. We're micing him up. We're micing him up. We're going to have him do some man on the street stuff. I will do some man on the street stuff. See if the NFL. See if we run into those crazy Charger fans that say, if you don't like the team now, you never liked the team in San Diego. Hogwash. Ridiculous. That is sickening
stupid
to watch. Sickening. Because of that comment.
I have more than one friend, Clay. Relax.
Because of those comments, by the way, by that said Charger fan. Oh, and the other, the Charger fans popping off at Happy does about how important it is to San Diego. Because of that, I am now extra rooting for the Patriots. Let's go, Nate. It's go time. Pats, baby. And with that, it's time to get a preview of the NFL and the playoffs. Let's go, Patriots.
Let's do that. But first, we have a couple of games to get to before that. It is a team in Los Angeles. It is the Rams taking on the Carolina Panthers. This will be Saturday afternoon at 1:30 on Fox. Panthers are 10.5-point dogs at home in the playoffs.
Rams win. Panthers make it close because every year that people bitch about a champion being under 500, the champion usually gives the real team that should be in the playoffs a run for their money because it's the NFL. I will take the Panthers plus 10.5. I think the Rams win the game, but that's how I see this going down. This game will be on 97.3 The Fan on Saturday at 1:30.
Too big a spread. Can't take it. Sorry. Bold prediction. Panthers wide receiver McMillan will go off for 100-plus yards in his first career postseason game.
I'll buy that. He's good. Came from Servite High School, went to the University of Arizona. McMillan only had one catch for 43 yards the first time these two teams played because they played each other earlier this season where the Rams beat the Panthers as the Panthers tried to run the ball a lot. But most likely, I would imagine the Panthers get down early and they're going to be throwing the ball. And so I think Teteroa McMillan will have a big day. I will buy that.
I would not say no to that either. Coming up next, the only game that will not be on the 97.3 The Fan airwaves because we will be doing UCSD basketball.
That is correct.
At the same time, the 9-7-1 Green Bay Packers are in Chicago on Amazon Prime at 5 p.m. to
try to sell it so bad.
To take on a team that is known as
the Bears. The Bears.
I have to say, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. The teams that we put drops in for had a lot of success this year, with the exception of the Colts, but you added them late.
I added them late, yes.
How many do we have? We have the Eagles.
in the playoffs.
Yeah,
we have the Bears,
Eagles, the Bears
in the playoffs.
and the
Denver Broncos got the
Broncos.
#1 seed.
Yep.
Wow. Just saying.
Got the one. We got the 1 seed in the West, the 2 seed in the East, and the 3 seed in the East on our drop list.
Next year, we got to add more.
We do.
Go Chargers, go. The Schwarzenegger one. Got to add it. All right, Packers and Bears. This is the third time these guys have played in like 6 weeks.
Yes.
You called this game cinema.
Yes.
I said we're close, but not there yet. If it snows, maybe. And you know what? It's expected to snow.
And it's going to be even worse now because they're going to be mad that they got bumped for college basketball in San Diego.
That's what it's going to be.
They are going to be furious. They are going to come out like a ball of fire.
Yeah.
So they're really going to rip it now.
I got the Bears in this game because Green Bay has been decimated by injuries, as Jake Waters alluded to in the chat. Just decimated by injuries. I don't think the Bears are very good, but the Packers, I don't even know who they have left. And their big trade pickup from the season's out for the year in
Jordan Love's coming back from a concussion.
Yeah, it's just I don't see it happening. But you know what's a division game? They've played each other a lot in the last couple of weeks. Maybe they could. Stat it out. Both quarterbacks should have all the time they need to throw. Bears lead the league in pass block win rate. What did I say last year? Like, oh yeah, Bears need an offensive line. They got one. And look who's good now. Caleb Williams is good now. Oh, why? Because he has time to throw. And on plays without Micah Parsons on the field, Packers have just 28.1% pass rush win rate. Bears going to have all day to throw. Now, on the flip side, according to ESPN's Seth Walder, the Bears also have almost zero pass rush, while the Packers rank 6th in pass block win rate. So 2 top 6 offensive lines go against 2 teams that can't rush and don't have a good pass rush. This game might, you know what? Jordan Love, Caleb Williams might be slinging it all over the place in the snow. Bold prediction, Frank.
Which leads to what? Absolute cinema.
Okay.
Bold prediction. The Bears will hit a trick play on the first drive. If you're hitting a trick play on the first drive at home against your hated rival, you're admitting that you're not winning the game.
I think they hit the. I think the Bears got to come out and be creative. I'll buy it. They almost did it in Week 16.
No, you can't. Trick plays.
You can run trick plays.
Trick plays are used by teams that know they cannot win otherwise.
No, that's not always the case. Sometimes it's teams that are very confident that they're gonna.
I can't get behind the trick play. I'm sorry. Again, that's the only game that will not be on 97.3 The Fan because we will be doing UCSD basketball.
One bet to consider, according to ESPN, Bears plus 1.5. Wow. Chicago runs efficiently, forces turnovers, and closes better late. Green Bay moves the ball, but stalls when it matters. Take the team built to survive discomfort. I will also do that. Like I said before, teams that can run the ball and stop the run do well in football.
As you do. Now moving over to Sunday. The Buffalo Bills at 12-5 take on the 13-4 Jacksonville Jaguars, continuing the trend of home dogs. Jacksonville, 1.5 point dogs at home. This will be 10 o'clock in the morning on CBS.
This is a tough one. I like Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's a really good quarterback. I think Josh Allen is the entire Buffalo Bills team. I think Josh Allen needs more than just Josh Allen to win games in the postseason. And here's the other thing, too. Have you seen the list of quarterbacks that Josh Allen has beaten in the playoffs?
Yeah.
It's not a lot of good ones.
No.
It's old Phillip Rivers. It's just, I saw the list the other day, and it was rough. The Jags... I don't know. The Jags, they had a sneaky 13-4 year this year. This is a tough game. I think this is going to be a good game. I'm going to give the lean to Jacksonville because it's in Florida. I think the Jags have been playing better football as of late than the Bills have. I think the Jags have more on the defensive side. I think the Jags have more in terms of offensive weapons. I think the Bills have Josh Allen. That's basically what it is. The Bills have Josh Allen. The Jags have a really good football team and a good quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. I think this is the game that Trevor Lawrence, he gets that monkey off his back. I know they beat the Chargers a couple of years ago in the playoffs, but I think the Jags have been playing better than Buffalo has.
I think this could be a statement game for Josh Allen because you now have no Joe Burrow in the playoffs. You now have no Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Those have been your two roadblocks in getting to the Super Bowl. If the Bills behind Josh Allen cannot make the Super Bowl this year, they're not going to do it with Josh Allen. I think you could probably make that argument, and I think that argument will be made if they cannot get out of the first round here.
I don't think this is all on like Josh Allen can't do. I mean, who's he got around him right now? Gabe Davis?
Well, that's the subject of our bold prediction. Bills wide receiver Gabe Davis, who played for Jacksonville in 2024, will score a touchdown in his revenge game.
Sure, who else is going to score the touchdowns? Cook?
Well, you know.
I mean, they got a good running game with James Cook III, but like they don't have a bunch of receivers. They don't have a bunch of. They're not. That team's not very.
It's the worst.
They're not well assembled.
It's the worst of Josh Allen's teams in Buffalo, but he doesn't have the same roadblocks in the playoffs that he's had.
I would say, from a roster standpoint, it's the worst roster in the AFC. The biggest difference is they got Josh Allen. That's it. I mean, they have Josh Allen. I think the Steelers might rival the Bills on like the worst roster out of the teams left in the AFC. The Chargers roster is way better.
That's a foul on Juan. Do not ever compare me to him.
Well, then don't have takes like him. Oh!
What was my take yesterday? My bold prediction yesterday was that if Ketel Marte comes off of the deadline, comes off of the trade block, then Alex Bregman might go to Arizona. What happened? Not even 24 hours later. Thank you very much. Educated guesses, not hot takes.
Blind squirrel.
The 12-5 San Francisco 49ers taking on the number 3 ranked 11-6
Eagles.
The Eagles do buck the trend of home dogs. They are 5.5-point favorites at home. This is a 1:30 start on Fox.
And on 97.3 The Fan.
Yes, all the games except for the Bears game is on 97.3.
I think the Niners can beat the Eagles. This is not the best Niners team they've had. Brock Purdy's played a lot better. They still have a couple of good players on their team. So they got some good weapons. I think out of all this is not one of the best Niners teams, but this is not one of the best Eagles teams either. And the Eagles have struggled against a lot of teams at home, and they have struggled against a lot of teams in the NFL that they shouldn't struggle with. I think the Niners can surprise some people. I think the Niners win this game. What's the spread again?
5.5.
5.5 favorite Philly?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll take San Fran.
I'll take San Francisco as well. Niners defensive end Bryce Huff will get a key sack, not just an sack, but an key sack.
Sure, we'll take it. I mean, they like David Vu in the chat said, they don't have as many linebackers. They do have a good linebacker though, in D Winters, David Vu, TCU Horned Frog. He's been balling out. Fred Warner will be back in the divisional round. Apparently, that's what he says. So
the Sunday night cap, 11-6 Los Angeles Chargers taking on the New England Patriots, who are 14-3. Pats favored by 3.5 in this game. This is again the nightcap on Sunday night, 5:00 start on NBC.
I got the Pats. Is anybody really wondering what I was going to take? I'll take the Patriots. I'm rooting for the Patriots. The Chargers are good. I mean, they're a good football team. Their offensive line is going to be a problem. Justin Herbert's been running for his life for a long time now, and he's got a fractured left hand he's playing through. I just think the Patriots are better than the Chargers. They're playing that game in New England. It's a night game. Hopefully it's freezing cold, and the Chargers have to sit there. Hopefully you get somebody impersonate LT on the bench, sitting there all cold in this little Darth Vader mask. But I like Drake May. I like what he's done this year. I love Mike Vrabel as a coach. I think the Patriots win the game, and I'm looking forward to it. And if they don't, you know what? Somebody else will knock the Chargers out. And if they don't, the Chargers end up winning, then I'm going to just make fun of all these San Diego Charger fans that will just be supporting Los Angeles. Like somebody said, like, oh, we're gonna have a fan parade in National City. What are you talking about? Nobody's having a Chargers parade. You think the Chargers are gonna come down here to participate in your fake parade? Stupid. So dumb.
Chargers running back Omarion Hampton will shine on 20-plus carries and 100-plus yards against a poor Patriots rush defense.
I'm selling it because I think the Chargers are going to be down, which means they're going to be throwing the ball.
Which is fair. Then, finally, one game for
Monday Night Football.
The 12-5 Houston Texans taking on the 10-7 Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are
Steelers, same kind of organization.
The Steelers are 3-point dogs at home. Again, this will be on Monday night at 5:15 on ESPN and ABC.
I'll take the Texans. I'm not a big believer in the Steelers. I think they got lucky in that last game against Baltimore. I don't think they're a very good football team, but this is a decent matchup at home. Houston has a really good defense. Houston can't really move the ball on offense. What's the last playoff team that we watched from the state of Texas that had a really good defense and can't really move the ball on offense? Texas Tech. What did they do? They got smoked because eventually their offense screwed them over. So I'll take the Texans in this game, but I think it's going to be close. So the 3-point spread, this is going to be a good game, but I'm thinking the Texans will beat the Steelers, but they don't have an offense. They need C.J. Stroud to put more than just one drive together to beat the Steelers.
Bold prediction, the Steelers will get shut out in the first half.
I buy it for sure. Totally buy that. I'll totally buy that. Steelers will get shut out in the first half. The Texans' defense is good. Didn't they shut out the Chargers in the first half?
I believe they did.
I think they did. That Chargers team is way better than the Steelers. Yeah, 100%. I'll buy that. What do you got in tonight's game, Oregon and Indiana?
I have Indiana. I'm sorry, Drake, but
here's the
Indiana's too good.
January 9th is a bad day for me and my friends when it comes to their sports teams. So I got a couple of friends that are Oregon fans. My buddy brought this up to me, and I totally agree. January 9th, 2023, Sonny Dykes incident of 2023 happened at SoFi Stadium, where we lost by 60-something points. Oh, God. January 9th, 2025, James Franklin incident of 2025 happened at Hard Rock Stadium, but they lost to Notre Dame. January 9th, 2027, 2026, maybe? What's going on?
Sorry, guys.
It's got to be Oregon. What's January 9th, 2027 going to be like? That sounds like a Cowboys loss at that point in time. Just to complete the circle of that group text.
That would assume that the Cowboys will be playing in January.
They could. I mean, their division's not very good. It's the NFL. Things bounce back very quickly. I think Indiana's just too big and old for Oregon. I think. They already beat them once in Eugene this year. I think it's gonna be close though. I think it's gonna be a good game. If Indiana, I can't imagine Indiana blowing out Oregon, but if they do, the national championship might be a rout with Indiana. But good luck to Derek and LaMesa's Oregon Ducks, the Drake Hills Oregon Ducks, the Nikki P's Oregon Ducks against the Indiana Hoosiers tonight. We'll be back on Monday recapping a big football weekend. Keep you updated on anything the Padres do. Gwen and Chris coming up next.